I think we're live. Let's see. Going live, going live. Okay, I think we're live. What's going on, everybody? We're off to a rocky start here. The countdown wasn't working, and then I tried restarting everything, and it seems like Stream Elements isn't working. So I can take a minute to try to see if we can get notifications working, but it was just throwing up a like an error code on the screen. So hopefully that's not a sign of how today's stream's gonna go. But I hope everybody is doing well. I've been feeling great. I had family in town. They came in on Friday and left, today's Wednesday, so yesterday. And I've been feeling great, and then all of a sudden yesterday, probably around 3 o'clock, I feel like I got hit by a train. Like, I just felt awful. And so I slept most of yesterday evening. And I still definitely don't feel myself, but I feel good enough to where we're going to attempt to stream. But if anybody is wondering why I might seem a little bit out of it today, I think it's just because it seems like I'm fighting something. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. So hopefully, again, it's not too bad or anything too major. Sinuses have been crazy lately. We've had all sorts of storms and stuff. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm hoping for the best. So Lisa's here. Let's see. Jose's in the house. 1060. Okay, cool. Nick. Hey, Maple's here. Ajax, Digital. I was hearing about Stream Elements issues by other streamers the last couple days. Oh, interesting. Okay, so maybe there is an issue. Oh, the Dopes owner is back. Maybe there's an issue with their service center, their platform. Hopefully it's just a temporary thing. I know that the last couple of weeks we've noticed that some of the notifications haven't been working correctly, so I don't want to go back to Stream. I think it's Streamlabs is the other one that we used to be on, but they were doing some sort of, if I remember, they're doing some shady stuff, and then we switched over to Stream Elements, and it's been great. So again, hopefully this is a temporary thing, but I apologize in advance because there won't be notifications, which sucks. I don't think there's any way around it. Let me quickly pull up, 1 second here. Let me go to the dashboard for Stream Elements and see if I see anything at all here. So I can manually see things. If I go to streaming tools, overlays, let's see. So this would be alerts. I don't know what, unless the URL changed. Let me see if I go to copy overlay URL. Okay, let me try one thing here. Let's see if this does it. Maybe something changed with our URLs. So alert box and new URL, paste, okay, and activate. Oh, that might have been it. Maybe they had an issue and they had to change something with their servers and all the URLs swapped. So let me see if I go here and try to activate a notification. Let's see if I go, let's see, Nicholas renewed his membership. Let's see if this does anything. Hey, okay, cool. So maybe that's just the issue, is that I need to go through everything. Let me at least get the alert boxes working. It should only take a second here. Alert box, there we go, activate. Sorry about this, guys. I had no idea that things weren't working, and then all of a sudden, as I was doing the countdown, or there was no countdown, but as I was getting closer to time, I started seeing an error on the screen, so. Oops. Okay, I think I got the alert box working. So hopefully it'll be okay. Anyways, I had one at 35 minutes and another 2 minutes. Daniel, don't push it. So if short today is okay. Yeah, we'll see. If I'm really not feeling hot, we'll call it a little bit early. But I think we'll be going a little bit slower than normal. If you believe that. Thank you, Ajax, for the $9.99. Yes, it looks like it is working. I appreciate the support. Yeah, so it must be just something with their, like, the URL. All the old URLs need to be refreshed or something like that. So it is working. Gary, thank you very much for 2 months. Hello all and have a great day. I don't know if that will get, I don't see notification for that one, so I don't know. Anyways, let's talk really quickly about where we left off last week. So last week we were working on the Z drives, and we got one of them done on stream and all of the rails, but then I was going pretty slow because we were talking a lot like normal, and I ended up finishing the other 3 probably in like 45 minutes after, when I just actually paid attention to what I was doing. So we got all the Z drives done. I did. Hey Gary, thank you for the gifted membership. Bob, you got the gifted membership. So yeah, these were all pretty simple. However, I did screw up when I was tightening down these feet. The ones that came with the LDO kit, there's a little piece of metal that goes in between like the rubber and where it bolts in. And I didn't think I was tightening it too hard, but I totally deformed one of the feet and the bolt went right through it. So luckily I have quite a few of these rubber feet that I bought off Amazon for the Mercury 1.1 build. So I ended up swapping out all the feet and just tightening them a fraction of what I tightened them previously. So, hey Thomas, thank you for 10 months. Hi Daniel in chat, have a great stream. Thank you. So yes, all the Z drives are done. Also, I did reprint out all of these. Actually, let me show you guys with a side camera. It's probably easier. Last stream, I had a few people mentioning, ooh, I think I got a sneeze. Okay. Ooh. Oh God. Sorry chat, sorry ears. I'll have to mute the mic if that happens again. Anyways, so I was not expecting that. Last week, a couple people pointed out that these little standoffs, or these sort of like reinforcements, deck clips, things what they're called, were not the correct ones. So the LDO guide tells you to print out the 4mm ones, which is what I'd printed out, but you actually want to print out the 3mm ones. So I reprinted these out, and now it's much better. They sit in place correctly. And then somebody else asked about why I did the DIN rails going with the rails for the bed versus going against them like the guide calls out. And this is strictly because of the LDO guide calls for this. So the LDO guide does some things slightly different, which I think most of it. Also, another thing was the orientation of the motors will be different for this build than what the actual guide calls out. And again, it's LDO has some specific things that are supposed to help with the wiring and kind of making it a bit cleaner. So yeah, if you're not doing the LDO specific kit, then just follow what the what the official guide says. So game plan today, it looks like Stream Elements even got a new logo, because before I'm pretty sure it just showed a little robot. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like they did some stuff on their servers that maybe broke everything. Let me close out of work Slack. Okay, so the game plan today, if we can do what I'm hoping we can do, we are going to, let me see here. It looks like, oh, I restarted, that's right. I restarted the computer. So I would like to do the Z idlers. So just wrapping up the Z drive, Z idler section. It should be pretty quick from what I'm seeing. So go through this. We're gonna skip the bed based off what everybody said. Do the bed last because it's just a lot of extra weight, and if you're gonna be moving the frame, flipping it over, it's just unnecessary to install right now. Also, the LDO kit has most of this done already for you. So like the heated bed's already attached, the fuse is already attached right here, so you don't have to do any of this stuff anyways. So we basically would be primarily just attaching it. So we'll do that later on. Also, I still need to print out the Nevermore. Alien, I don't know if Alien's in chat, I haven't seen him yet, but I saw that he messaged me saying that the Nevermore V6 came out, and so I haven't printed out any of the Nevermore parts yet for this build. So the V6 looks pretty cool. The main thing I'm seeing is that you don't have to modify the fans anymore, so which is nice because you're not destroying fans. Basically, it says intact 5015 fans. The V6 now uses fully intact fans, eliminating the need to cut the fan scroll or wire. And basically, they have done something. Let's see, the evices and vanes help with the airflow, because the reason why that was being done before was so that way airflow was going over the entire surface of the carbon. And so they've slightly modified, or they've modified the internal geometries to make it where, although you're not cutting the fans, you're still getting that like maximum coverage of the carbon filter. So They also made it thicker, so which is nice in this case since it's going right under the heated bed, so there's less concern with potentially warping it. Yeah, it looks rad. So I'm going to be printing this out between this week and next week because we're not going to need it today, but I definitely... Oh, there he is, Alien. Yeah, so thank you for sending me this. I had no idea... that they had released a new version, and I haven't printed out any of the parts yet. So yeah, I will be printing out the V6 since you let me know, and I will have that done before next week here. So, but yeah, it looks like a pretty nice little upgrade. Definitely like quality of life improvement. And if I'm going to be installing nice 5015 fans, like I'm probably going to use the Honey Badger fans. I would like to not destroy them in case I want to use them in a future project. Hey, Pedro! Good evening from London. How's it going? Hey, Cookie. Ooh, I get to repeat my joke. Why do air filters get worn out so quickly? Because their job is exhausting. That's great. I threw out a dad joke. I don't remember it when my aunt and my cousin were here, and it was pretty bad. Like, I didn't get a single laugh. Even Erin said it was bad, and normally she'll at least do me the honor of, like, kind of laughing at my joke. Let's see. Dang it, I just printed the V5 for the Voron 2.4. Oh no. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Like, I guess it's up to you. The biggest thing for me, like, I'm sure that the performance of the V5 is great. If you're using nice fans, not having to cut them up, it seems like a pretty big perk. Pedro says, did you catch my tweet about the Creality K1? Yes, I did. So anyone that didn't see it, kind of like we speculated, the K1 is definitely using Clipper firmware that they've, basically hacked up and repackaged as their own, which is super shitty to do. We kind of had speculated that when we played around with the K1 because we thought that it looked like fluid, and we were just sort of speculating that. So I sent a follow-up message today to the contact I have at Creality, who is sort of just like a customer support representative, but I had been telling her since their first announcement of the K1 that, hey, this looks like Clipper. If it is, you guys should release the source code because that's what you're supposed to do. So I updated her with the like the news from today that like people have confirmed that it's what it is. And so I'm hoping that they will release the things, because the thing is they have in the past with Marlin firmware released a lot of the source code. Like I know for the entire, I think like Ender 5, 5 Plus, Ender 5 S1, the biggest issue is that they don't release it quick, and that's it. They don't release it quick. Like, it should be released at the time of shipment, and they release it substantially later. So I basically told them that you guys need to release this, and in my opinion, you guys should come out with an apology and actions on how you'll do better, because it sucks. Like, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand why go that route and have sort of a half-baked firmware when you can do things correctly and have a awesome firmware that people are going to support and want to make upgrades for, that people can control. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't see the logic as to why they're doing that or why it's like that. So I just don't know what's going on. Yes, they should release it. Also, they said they're using custom firmware. Yeah, they call it Creality OS. I know they did do some stuff on the front end that is custom. Like the stuff they've got going on with their slicer has sort of this print form interface that is definitely custom, but the back end is totally not custom. Like they're using Clipper slash fluid back end and like their own front end. So yeah, they need to just freaking they need to not do what they're doing. PF Dennis, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's see. Dominic, Paul, U3DP, Joe Rust, and Steven, you all got memberships. Thank you. Thank you, PF. I actually simulated a cut up 5015. Doesn't do that well. Air still likes to travel the same path. The opening just created a lot of turbulence and low pressure. Oh, interesting. Whoa. I don't know. Somebody else is a member for 2 months, but then the message got retracted. I don't know if that was a glitch or not. Can I see it through... I think it was Dom. No, not Dom. I don't know why it got retracted. Thank you, whoever renewed for 2 months. I'm not sure why it... Hey, G Funny's in the house. How's it going, man? Happy Wednesday. So, yeah, we'll see what she comes back with. Every time, I think I told her twice previously, and she said, The first time I'm talking to the engineers and I said, great. The second time was we've seen other people bring it up, so we're really talking to the engineers, and I said, awesome. And then nothing's happened with it. The last conversations I've had with her were related to the hardware issues because I got like one of the first K1s, and if we remember on stream, there was some issues. Well, they believe it's related to the tension on their extruder, so they've redone the extruder, some of the gearing or the way the tensioner works, and so I need to install this, but I haven't talked to her about any other stuff before today's email, so I'll definitely report back what I hear, what they say. And I tagged, like, I showed them on Twitter, like, hey, like, here's the proof, here's the receipts, like, we can see what's going on, so send this to your team and tell them, like, this is not cool, so we'll see. Sorry that was me retracting the message. I don't know how this all works. No worries, CB. Thank you for 2 months. I didn't even know you could retract a that kind of a message. I thought it was only for like the normal chat messages. Okay, let's by the way, for all the East Coast, please stay safe. Yeah, I've got a lot of coworkers in New Jersey, and it looks insane over there. I thought that the K1 is out, John. Yeah, the K1 is out. So I think that they made some revisions really early on. And so I think that only a handful of people are running with the issue that I have. Like, I think it's primarily me, Nathan, Builds Robots, and Sam Prentice. But there's a new hot end and a new extruder. Basically, they look the same, but they've done things that are supposed to, you know, address the extrusion issues. So we'll see. I haven't installed it, clearly. I clearly haven't installed it yet, but I will. How important is a perfectly flat surface for Voron frame building? Do I need to get a piece of countertop, or can I get away with a particle board workbench? I always built 3D printers on cheap desks or not flat surfaces, and it wasn't until the first V0, it was actually probably from watching Nero with his V0, where I'm like, huh, okay. And then I started Googling it more and more about like how important it was to build a frame on top of something that's actually or truly flat, and it seemed pretty important. So ever since then, I've built every 3D printer on top of a, like, I think it's pretty much always been, I had marble previously, then it broke, and then this is quartz. I would say if you're building a 2.4, which is a pretty big printer that's something that's like, I would describe them as a performance printer, I would say it's worth getting a truly flat surface and not building it on top of particle board. You can find, I know quite a few people just get granite from, if you go buy like a granite shop or some kind of countertop place, they have a bunch of kind of cutoffs that are not something that they can use, that usually they'll give them away for free or next to nothing. So it's definitely worth doing that. There's also, I think the marble piece I bought from Floor & Decor for like 40 bucks 2 years ago roughly, before it broke. That was my fault, it fell over. So yeah, I would say it's worth it. Like, if you haven't built the entire printer yet, if you're still kind of at the frame, I would do it. I think that there's more to gain than not by doing that. So K1 or bamboo? Definitely bamboo right now. I love my lac table method. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Building a trident, so definitely seems worth it. Yeah, I would absolutely recommend doing it. Okay, let's, they pointed me to the dumpster and said free. Yeah, exactly. So you can find, I mean, the pieces might not always be pretty or perfectly square. This was gifted to me by Pi, who's normally in chat. He's local to me, and for Christmas, I had asked to borrow it because mine broke, and then he got a new one and gifted me this one for Christmas of last year. So, yeah, I know, Alien. Okay, so let's do some building here before I. Oh, look at that! You can see the error. So the what is going on? So this must be. Okay, so chat box. Okay, so chat box is broken now. So yeah, it's all the URLs. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna squirrel out for another second here and get the chat box working for everybody, because we like chat box. And then we'll start doing things, I promise. I think, I don't know what just happened. Chat 2023, okay, let's see if this works. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened with Stream Elements, but it seems like they broke everything. All right, click OK, hit refresh. Okay, I don't see chat here. Let's see if I can. Okay, chat's definitely back on. Okay, I think I fixed it. Side view. Yeah, we fixed it. Okay, sweet. So the only thing I need to fix now is the countdown timer, which I'll do before next week. There's so many things happening. I built the frame on my workbench and then take it down to the kitchen counter to square. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's something you can do. I trade a small slab locally and they want, ooh. Yeah, if you've got just a kitchen top, it's not cheap. Like if you're going to have to buy it, it's not cheap. The piece of marble I got might have been more than 40 bucks. And I don't even know that that was perfectly flat, but it was definitely better than the cheap IKEA tabletop surface that I had. Hey, Tessa. I see squirrel the most. Yeah, I know. So many squirrel. So much stuff happening. What is Daniel incubating in that jar? This is actually just water. This is just water. It just looks kind of funny. Erin gave it to me. She's got all sorts of different mason jars. I'm completely cutting out. We had talked about this months ago, but like I got tested, blood work done, and I came back as pre-diabetic, which is wild. And so I cut out pretty much all energy drinks and was just doing sugar-free, but I've completely removed them now. And then I got back on, I was drinking sodas rarely, but then got back on more of a regular habit. So completely cut out sodas again. So we've got water, just not black coffee. It's got like the smallest splash of cream, but I'm really trying to not have it go from pre-diabetes to actual diabetes. And so I just need to take better care of myself and not have so much sweet sugar. So yeah, it's just water. It looks pretty, but it is not exciting. It's mud shine, exactly. All right, let's do some damn building. Let's go. Let's do a little bit of building here. So we're gonna start off with the where are we at? Up top here. The idler. Okay, so let me grab one of you and grab one of you. Let's see. So it looks like from this angle, okay. I'm on water 2 only. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but like, it is what it is. I mean, let me change this off. I was trying to substitute soda for like LaCroix or, you know, seltzers, like just regular seltzers. And I don't know if seltzers are really for me. They're just kind of, it feels like a tease. Like I'd rather almost just stick with water. Hey Robo, if you like pure tea, they have a subtle sweet tea that is very light sugar. Yeah, maybe I should try that. Aaron's big on teas. Let's see. Yeah, Aaron's pretty big on teas, and I like tea as well. Granted, I like sweet tea, which is not good for you, but I like regular teas as well. Aaron made me a ginger tea with it was like a ginger tea with spices, and then we went to a local farmer's market when my family was in town, and got some honey, which I'm not actually real big on honey, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, but it was pretty good. Like if I'm gonna have honey, local honey is pretty solid, and we've got really bad allergies out here, and so we're trying to combat our allergies, and apparently local honey is supposed to really help with allergies, so we'll see. So far I'm not sold, but I'll report back in a couple of weeks time and see how we feel. +1 for the G Fuel. G Fuel's bad for you, right? Isn't it? Like, isn't it, am I supposed to fully tighten this? I feel like I'm not. It seems like this would be it seems like this is a tensioner thing. Right? I'm assuming you can tighten this after the fact, so we'll leave this loose. Feels like a tensioner. It's remarkable to me that American beverage industry managed to convince people that soda should be the default drink. Well, growing up, I didn't drink a lot of soda. It was kind of a like special occasion thing. Like normally on Friday nights, my mom would she'd call it goodie night, and we would watch a movie. We'd always rent a movie, either like from the library or the local store, and we would typically get some kind of junk food. Like when I was a kid, it was like maybe a Happy Meal or some Chinese food or something like that. And then my mom would always get candy, not a lot, like couple things of candy, and like separate them into bowls, and we'd have our little bowls, and we'd watch movies as a family. And that was probably the extent of the unhealthy or like we would have soda sometimes on Fridays. So I didn't really have a lot of soda growing up. It was like maybe once a week. And then once I moved out and I was able to drink or eat whatever I wanted to, I lived with my best friend for a few years, and he was a Dr. Pepper, I would say Dr. Pepper addict, like at least 1 or 2 Dr. Peppers a day minimum. And I lived with him for a few years, and we played a lot of video games, and I really got into the habit of having at least 1, if not 2 Dr. Peppers a day as well. And that stuck with me when I moved out after like 2 or 3 years. Not his fault. I mean, I'm an adult, right? But that stuck with me. And then I think that I sort of got Aaron on that same thing as well. So I'm sure the sodas are a major part of why my sugar levels have gotten so bad. I just love soda, like Dr. Pepper, ice cold. You guys have seen me stream. Like, you've seen me have my Dr. Peppers almost weekly. Like, I just enjoy it so much. But yeah, it wasn't something I was raised with. It's something that like sort of fell into as an adult. So, I like the flavored sparkling waters, not seltzers though. I don't know if I've had those. Local honey is the best for allergies. It takes time though. Okay, we'll have to, yeah, I've only had one thing of it, so we'll see. I drink water and water flavored with coffee beans. So you just drop coffee beans in the water and sort of let a little bit of the flavor come off. Flavored sparkling waters I have after sugar. Again, I have no sugar. Okay, no calories, interesting. It's called Dr. Pepper because you will need to visit a doctor. That's so good. All right, M5 by 30s. Do we have those in here? We do. Button heads, yes. Okay, and then we need GT2 29 millimeters wide. It looks like this. Yes. Okay. So it looks like we don't need anything else other than a bolt coming. Oh, wait, this isn't right. Okay, so from this direction, with the angry eyes facing towards us, bolt. Oh, interesting. So this is tight. Let's see. Okay, so we need to unscrew this hair. Never had a problem avoiding energy drinks. I'm allergic to. Oh wow, that's pretty much in every single energy drink, right? I mean, that's the primary chemical. Or hey, what's up, U3? I think that a notification was supposed to pop up for you either becoming a member or renewing a member, and it glitched. So thank you for either becoming a member or being a member. I don't know which one it was, but I saw something pop up with your name, but it never made it to the screen, so thank you. Hey, Brewy. My doctor told me I can drink all the diet soda I want. Found that weird. Interesting. Diet soda still has a ton of sugar, right? Like, it's not sugar-free. Okay, so for this, I'm assuming I don't want to tighten it too tight. Oh, wow. That still spins beautifully. So I'm just gonna kind of have the end of the bolt go flush with this part right here. And then this is still, I'm correct, right, in stating that this should be loose right now? I mean, again, it looks like a belt tensioner, and I'm assuming that you kind of come in, yeah, you come in at an angle here. So this seems like you'd tension it later on. It didn't say to leave it loose though in the instructions, which is kind of something I found odd. Coffee is certainly still a vice. Yeah, I like coffee. I do. I like sweet coffee. I mean, my idea of coffee growing up a lot of times was like, I'm gonna go get a Frappuccino. Or when I worked at, my first job was at McDonald's. It was, and then we had just gotten them a cafe, and I was all about our caramel fraps. It should be loose for now. Cool, okay. Am I wrong? I didn't see it say that it should be loose anywhere. Why the idler must, interesting. Okay, cool. So we've got one. I feel like we should just build out all of them really quickly here. It's easier to sort of assembly line this. So let's do the exact same thing. So we'll grab same orientation, which is not you, that is you. And then we'll get, these must also be, oh no, these are all the same. Okay, so these are the same, I think. There's no difference on the red piece of accent parts. My parents are both really big health people. Like, they don't, I mean, my mom will occasionally have chocolate, but now that she's gotten older and she also has to sort of watch, she's primarily dark chocolate, like a little bit they'll do. But what am I doing here? 1 second. That's not right. What did I just built one of these. Why am I? Let me see. All right. Okay, so it should be on that side. Then that should go like that. There we go. It's sugar-free and no calories. It should be loose for now. Yeah, I've heard equally bad things about artificial sweeteners as well. And kind of the issue, right, is that a lot of this health stuff, I mean, not all of it, right? Some of it's been known for quite a long time, but a lot of it is, it sort of changes. Like what used to be considered fine is no longer fine. And so it's, I think that, I mean, the big thing my parents always told me was moderation is key. And, you know, too much of anything is really not good for you. And portion control has always been an issue for me, which I think is, again, like with the soda, it'd be fine if I was having a soda once, you know, once a month or something like that. But it easily went from, if the soda's there, you know, like we buy a, you know, whatever 12 pack of sodas, I'm like, huh, I can have water, which is super boring, or I can have, it just, it's easier for me just not to have it in the house. Yeah, I think corn syrup is super common in a lot of things we have here in the States. I know my dad also recently told me that he's like trying to avoid corn syrup. Corn syrup is supposed to be really bad for you. Okay, so we got that. I do like, I do enjoy dark chocolate. Not quite as much as milk chocolate, but there are some really yummy dark chocolates. I just can't do the real aggressive ones where it's like, I think it's cacao, right? Like we went on a trip like right before the lockdowns to Costa Rica, and we went on a chocolate tour and got to try like true chocolate, and boy, is that not sweet. And then we got to make our own chocolate, and I did an awful job. Mine tasted terrible. Not the poison with the dosage. No one gets out alive. Everything. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think seriously, like that's the biggest thing. Well, most things, if you just have occasional, you know, here it's not so bad. It's just when it becomes a when it becomes a habit or a constant thing. I dropped soda 11 years. Wow, 11 years ago. I cut out soda for the new year. I've had it in cocktails, but that's it. Yeah, I think that's if you're gonna have it, because I do like yeah, fine. Rum and Coke was definitely for a while what I was enjoying, but now if I'm gonna go out and have like an actual cocktail, like we went out and had a couple drinks when my family was in town. Love me an old fashioned, a really good old fashioned. I know there's sugar, but usually it's not a lot. So. Okay, so we got 2 of those done. Let's get the other ones done. Okay, so if we're doing opposite now, then this should be facing this direction towards the left. That should go like that. Cool. We are learning. Jaeger and Red Bull. Jaeger, oh. Jaeger is gangster. When Erin and me first started dating, I was working at a bar and she walked in and I ID'd her. And anyways, there was very few people. We had Jaeger in the fridge, but like a very few people in my time there. And I worked there for a couple of years, ordered Jaeger. It's like hardcore. I don't mind it. Like my mom raised me on black licorice, so I don't mind it, but it's definitely like not the common taste most people are going for. After watching Portlandia, cacao has a whole new meaning to me. I don't know what Portlandia is. And I'm scared now. Brandy and Coke, yeah, that sounds yummy. I'm one of the weirdos who likes soda water straight. Just soda water, maybe some lemon juice. Soda water. Is soda water much different than sparkling water? It's the same thing, right? It's just carbonated water, essentially. My grandma in Sweden drank that pretty much exclusively when I was a kid, I remember. Okay, so if we're mirroring things, I'm imagining on the other side we want it to go even the bolt should be going in the other direction, so bolt goes left to right versus right to left. So we'll do, imagine it goes in this side then, so we're doing everything opposite. You gotta come to Florida, we can have old fashions and a cigar. That sounds awesome. Traveling right now is so tough. Like the reason why I'm not going to any of the Rep Rat Fest this year is because since we just moved here, well, it's been a year actually. Yesterday was our 1 year Idaho anniversary. Our lease started June 6th of 2022. But yeah, the reason I'm not doing a lot of traveling is just because, you know, with Jackson being so young, I want to be here. Plus Erin needs help. Not that she can't handle it. She's doing so much of the stuff herself. I just didn't feel right. I don't know, this first year here, I wanted to be here. And the reason why it's really hard for both of us to travel, which I'm sure I've talked about many a time, is because of our dog Monkey. He's really aggressive. And so we can't board him at like a, you know, doggy day camp, or I don't know if that was the doggy daycare, whatever they're called. Someone has to come over and watch him. And so it's difficult. It's real difficult. So we'll see. My dad is supposed to be retiring this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they either end up moving out here at some point, or they've talked about forever getting an RV and coming out here at least for, you know, weeks at a time. And so if that ends up happening, then they can watch. Although it would be kind of weird to be like, hey, yeah, come out and visit so we can leave you guys with the dogs. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, one more. I used to drink Red Bull vodka when clubbing. Probably not the best for me. There was a point, young Daniel loved Red Bull vodka because you guys have seen me on an energy drink. So like, just so much energy, just so much happiness. But yeah, definitely not good. I 10 out of 10 don't recommend mixing, you know, caffeine. Like, what am I doing wrong here? 1 second. You go like this, and then you go like that. Yeah. Don't recommend mixing an upper and a downer. It's not a good idea. I drank one from a Das Boot one time. That experience was not repeated. Oh. I don't do shots though. I make it as a large drink. Yeah, I loved when I was working at the bar. I really loved shots, and I like just the classic. Like I would make a lot of the guys that were. So the bar I worked at was, I mean, there was young kids there on Fridays and Saturdays, I guess, but a lot of the regular week was kind of retired people, a lot of retired police officers actually, not just exclusively, but I really liked kamikazes. So it's just vodka, lime, triple sec. Super basic, but really good. And so quite often when I'd get off work, I would ask one of them, hey, do you want a kamikaze? So, but yeah, this is like 22, 23-year-old Daniel, I'd say. Because I stopped working at the bar. I met Erin when I was 23. Well, I knew her from before, kind of. We didn't know each other, but like I knew of her from high school. We met again at 23 and started dating at 23, and I stopped working at the bar probably within 6 months after that. I got a job working at a Microsoft authorized refurbisher. Supposed to do content creation, but ended up just jack of all trading. Like one day was inventory, another day was refurbing computers. Like it was all sorts of stuff. So, hey Dan, thank you very much for the 10 months. Good evening. I don't know why some notifications are working and not others, but thank you. Thank you. We'll do. I need to start just doing the. We'll do a little bit of some air horn action here. There we go. Thank you for 10 months, Dan. But yeah, I since then I don't typically drink very much at all. Like family was out, which is the exception, and like Erin and I will occasionally have like a late night drink together while we're watching a TV show or something like that. But one big issue for me is like I'm often working like late into the nights. I mean 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and for most of the stuff I'm doing for YouTube or even for like Lightburn, it requires like, well, one, if I'm playing with lasers, I definitely don't want to be drinking, but like it requires such critical thinking that even after having just like a single beer, I don't feel as sharp as I normally would, and so it's super counterproductive for me, and I don't like that. I like being able to like kick butt and get stuff done. So yeah, it just depends. But if I'm going to be doing work, which is again most most all days I try my best to not really have anything. Hey, what's up, Booty? It was the migraine. Oh yeah, migraines. Oof. I get really bad hangovers and really easily, so I don't drink much. Yeah, hangovers are awful. Also, again, I mean, if we've learned anything from these last couple weeks here, is that I have a huge sweet tooth. So, you know, a lot of the stuff that I liked was very, very sweet, which is a recipe for being dehydrated, which is not great. Okay, so let's see here. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So we need M5 T-nuts, which are all going to be inside of fasteners. Let's see. M3s, no. M5s. I guess the exception is if I'm going out, like when I went to trade shows like Murph or something like that, after hours I will totally have a few drinks with whoever is there. I enjoy that. But just in regular life, like normal routine of things, it doesn't really fit in so well for me. Adjust the offsets. Oh gosh, sounds awful. I broke a leg when I was a kid jumping from a wall after drinking. Oh my gosh, that's awful. It's so bad. Yeah, a lot of not great decisions, definitely. Okay, so this is the first one, and it's going. Let me move the printer so that way we're looking at it from the same perspective. So that's the rear. This is the front, and this first one is going. It looks like front left. So let's go like this, and then it's going to be going in like this. Sick. Okay, sweet. So this should be pretty simple. I say that and then I will screw it up. Okay, so this, nope, that's not the right. We're looking at the wrong perspective. You guys are gonna be able to see yourselves on the TV. I don't know if I can. Okay, let's see if I turn it like this. I dropped it. Okay. Okay, so we'll just do it like this, although it's not exactly. So this is front left. We'll show it again a bit after, but so we've got front here. It needs to be on the side. So not the front. This is the front top bar. This is the side bar. It needs to go in the side bar. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Good hangers to drink a lot of water before you go to bed. Always put 2-3 bottles on the nightstand before starting to drink. And I still remember to drink water. Yeah, when I was living with my buddy for those couple years, let me make sure I've got. Okay, I don't think we're gonna be able to see. I don't think we're gonna be able to see the T-nuts popping out, but it looks like if we're gonna follow the guide, they've got it going the other direction. So we'll try not to scratch our rail. Why are these? They're so easy to get in. It's a pain in my butt to get out. I think, isn't it easier to do it with a flathead? Like, let's see, do I have a flathead somewhere? I do. Here we go. Come on, guy. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna do it. I feel like normally I just shove an Allen key inside and it just goes out. All right, forget it. We're gonna leave this one. The rest of them will do the way that it shows, which is with the hole facing inward, but I don't think it's going to be visible. I don't think it's going to be visible. It just needs to line up with the eyes. So let's grab M5 by 30s, which are probably not out. M5 30s, M5 40s, M5 14s. Huh. Oh, here we go. M5 30s. His eyebrows, I thought it was a nutrition stream. No, not even close. Okay. So, it's very tough for me to tell if this is if this is actually aligned from my point of view. So let's see if we can. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna come around. This sucks. It's a tough balance of trying to make things easily visible for the camera and making it so I can actually do the thing. Okay. Okay. Can I see the other one? There we go. Okay, so this just butts up into there like that, and then we will tighten this down. Okay, I'm not going super tight. Although, that might have been super tight because now this is having a hard time going up and down. I mean, it can still go up and down, which is probably fine. For now, I think that's probably good. I imagine once this is in place, maybe then we tighten this down, or no, maybe that's, I don't know. We'll leave it like that. It still has the ability to slide, which I think is the key thing for tensioning later. So now let's just, I almost feel like I should just stand on this opposite side today so I can, for this part. Doesn't have to go up and down easy. Okay, cool. Yeah, at least it can slide. The biggest thing I want to make sure is that if I'm tensioning that M3 screw later on, that it actually can slide, and it can, so. Okay, so now we'll just do, since we're doing mirrored, we'll just do the exact same thing again, which is, we'll flip this around like this. So, food discussion stream with a side of 3D printing. We talk about food so much on this stream. Part of it though is that, like, I don't normally have lunch on stream days, unless Erin brings me, like, when she's gone out shopping, she'll be like, hey, do you want, you know, we had Chick-fil-A the other week or something like that. And so what I think usually happens is about halfway through the stream, if I can make it that far, I start to get hungry. So that's why it turns into we diverge into a bit of a food stream. Does this kit include the K1 style upgrade 6mm belts on? Yes, it does. Yeah, I wonder what the reason, I meant to ask why. Like, if there was a reasoning for it. Hey, we actually got one. I will say though, like, I know so far K1 has had issues. I think they're sending another K1 eventually here, that's like the version that people are getting when they actually pay for it or purchase one off the website. And I do know a handful of people that have purchased K1s that are really happy with the way they've been performing, so it's definitely not all bad. I think that the biggest thing I've seen is that the way they have the Bowden tube routed inside the cable chain is causing issues. It's just too sharp of a bend, and so that's the one thing that almost everyone's having to change. But I haven't seen. That seems like it's probably fine. I haven't seen the same issues as far as extrusion being a widespread thing, at least. So. Okay, that's probably plenty tight. Okay, so now we're just going to do the opposite. So, yeah, this should work. So we'll be installing them here. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Sebastian? Happy Wednesday. Gato will never get a single dollar from me. I generally speaking want all manufacturers to be successful because I think competition is good, but they definitely need some work. I feel like they had a really good thing going like 4 years ago or so, and then really diverged from that path. So we'll see. There are people happy listening to BTS. There are people happy eating McDonald's. Probably just for the content creators. Yeah, I think that the early, again, like I know mine, Nathan's and Sam's had issues. I think Sam might have just gotten a second one in, like the replacement unit in. We'll see if they even send me one after my message to them today regarding the firmware. I mean, I told them from day one when I saw their live stream, I was like, that looks like fluid. And so when they reached out to me, or I've had this person, I've had it as a contact for a while, so I think I might have just emailed initially and said, hey, like, you know, I saw you guys' stream today, and if this is this, then you guys need to like talk to your team because source code needs to be released with it. I just don't understand what they think they're gonna lose. Like they haven't done a bunch of development, you know? Like, what do they think if we release it? Like the benefit of releasing it is that the community isn't pissed at you, and that we can upgrade things and mod things and make things better because, you know, you left things out. And the negative of not doing it substantially outweighs it. So it doesn't make sense. I'm like, who needs to be, who's not getting this over there? Like, who's not understanding this? 2.5 millimeter, 3 millimeter inner diameter PTP is what you want to use for reverse Voron. Just less friction in comparison to what a Voron extruder, because a typical Voron extruder is what, 1.8 give or take? Or is it not that tight? I don't know what the tolerances are for like an actual, like the tube you would use for a Voron extruder. Okay, that feels probably plenty tight. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, one last one, and then we're going on to the ABs. Let's see. Cap is 1.9 for a Voron extruder. Okay. Oh, Capricorn is 1.9. Standard is 2.0. Gotcha. So they have it slightly tighter. I would imagine that there's a fine line between what you want and what would be problematic, because if you're doing retractions on a Voron setup and you've got too much slack, I would think that it would really screw up your retractions because of that extra space that the filament can sort of move into, like the extra slack. But maybe not. Maybe once you've got that initial push force, it's not as big of a deal, but I would think that it would be problematic. I prefer 3 millimeter diameter, 4 millimeter diameter reverse, lots of stock. Thanks to 3 millimeter filament. Doesn't even know. Oh, interesting. They're using 4 mil. I need to pick up some wider inner diameter Voron tube. Most of what I've got is meant for, or PTFE tube. Most of what I got is meant for Voron extruders. Okay. Last one. I've definitely used, though, like 1.8 or 1.9 millimeter diameter PTFE for reverse Voron without issues, or at least without any apparent issues. Oh, come on. This angle is really awkward. Okay, we got that one in. My LDO came with 3mm diameter. Cap is also slick, isn't it? 4mm when using liquidity. LDO kit should have plenty if I recall. There is 2.5mm diameter, 4mm. Burst Bowden, in my experience, less drag. All right, these should be good. So we're good with the Z, good with Z stuff for now. All right, let's put this on the ground. Because next we're doing AB drives, which we'll build separate from the printer. Let's see. Move some stuff over here. Okay. Okay, so skipping, let me make sure we did this. Yeah, that looks correct, I think. Yeah. Now we're skipping the bed, we're going straight to AB. A drive, B drive, B idler, A idler. Okay, so heat insert prep, let's do this. Hey, what's up, Viking? Happy Wednesday. I'm still debating if I will glue the bearing. I will glue the bearings like they wanted. What, glue the bearings? What, is that a Voron thing or no? You're talking about the chitty. Okay, so this looks like... This is not the correct piece. Okay, so what am I doing here? So we need heat insert there and heat insert right there. Is it not? These don't look mirrored. Huh, it looks like only this piece is the one that needs heat insert. So heat inserts, where are we? Brass inserts, but let me get you guys a little bit off the ground. Okay, so once again, one right here, and one right here. Let's grab our iron. Just finished my Voron 2 Rev C. It is nice when you're used to... Oh, I bet. Was that your upgrade from Ender 3 to a 2.4? That's gotta be, it's gotta be an awesome upgrade. Just went crazy and bought a CFX gantry and aluminum AB motor mounts for my Trident. Will I ever stop modding it? I saw that Albert from 24/7, he had carbon fiber rods. Like he partnered up with Mello and made carbon fiber X extrusion, or X, like a replacement for the X extrusion. Probably gonna order one for the V0.2 that we just built. Well, I guess we didn't just build it now. It's been probably a month or so, but both because I'm interested and two, I want to support Albert. He's a rad dude. All right. Should be plenty good. I think that's all we have to do. Oh, no, I lied. Two more. All right, so we need the accent parts, which are these two. And we need to install them on the part that sticks up, so, okay. two more. I checked in advance to make sure there wasn't a bunch of heat inserts, because I know that it's not incredibly exciting to watch heat insert after heat insert. Unless it is, and that's fine. I saw that Mello has them for sale already. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely order one. I'm hoping to have a video on the V0.2 in the next, like, 3 weeks, roughly, here. I need to clean up the wiring again, because I swapped out some parts on it initially, thinking that there was an issue that wasn't an issue. The issue, we covered it, but the issue ended up being with the extruder gear, and I thought it was either heat creep or, I went a little bit low, an issue with the hot end or an issue with the fans, but nope, it ended up just being an extruder gear that was not a good extruder gear. So because of that, I've been using it, but it looks bad. I need to do the wiring job doesn't have to be perfect, especially because again we're going to be modding it, but it looks bad. Like I need to clean it up and tuck the wires back into the sleeving at least. Hey, Zombie's in the house. I think you were already here, Zombie, but if not, hi Zombie. What temperature do you do on the inserts? I don't actually know. This thing, I've talked about this before. So this iSolder 40 was one of the first sponsors I got on the channel like 9 years ago. And they sent me this iron. It's like a smart iron. I don't exactly know how it works, but the tips go all the way down to here. And there's some sort of like sensor feedback thing. So I have no idea what it actually sets to, but it has become my strictly heat insert iron. So I don't know. The company I think went under. It's like I said, it's been like a decade probably at this point. So I don't exactly know what temperature. These are all ABS parts. The black is, I believe, just Sunlu ABS, and the red, the red is this. 3D Print Life Enviro. It's like called Voron Red, I'm almost positive. I don't think it says in the box, it just says red, but on their website it goes by Voron Red. So this is all from the Print It Forward. This is from like the Fabrico version of Print It Forward, so the commercial Print It Forward. Hey, what's up, whatever? You forgot it was Wednesday. Never forget, it's Wednesday. Okay, so what do we got? We got our heat inserts done. Move on from that. Now we are going to be grabbing M540s, which are not in my organizer because they're too big. All right. Okay, so we need, is it this part? This looks correct. And it looks like it's going through, wait, the bolt is used to align components and will be removed in the later, oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like the bolt's going through, it's kind of weird the way that this image is kind of confusing. It looks like it's going to be going through this one temporarily, but it's just sort of weird how it's kind of floating like that. But yeah, we'll shove the bolt through the smaller slot, I guess, which is right here, like this. And then we're going with, we need our precision shims. These are M5, right? Yeah, M5 shims. Hey, what's up, Steven? I just finished converting my V0 into a Tri-Zero. Oh, sick! Ted, have you posted photos or videos? If not, can you? I would love to see that. Hey, what's up, Techie? Okay, so we got shim, then we need F9, these bearings. Where are they? I think they're in here. No, they're in the motion box. Okay, so this seems wrong. This is definitely wrong. So don't do what I did. It needs to go in the larger slot. I don't know why the image looks like that, but there's no way this goes like that. It has to go in the larger slot. So let's take these out again. Go through the wider one right here in the center. Then we'll go shim. I'm not a fan of that that CAD image. It doesn't really, I mean, you'll figure it out in the next step, obviously, because these can't go in that other one, but just doesn't look very, it's not very apparent. Okay, so we got shim, bearing, shim. I will finish the wiring today. I'm afraid to turn it on. Oh no. Okay, yeah, no rush then. For some reason, I don't know why I assumed that it was already like alive and well, but yeah, no worries. I'm working on another rook. Nice. Did you get the Fabrico kit yet, Zombie? Or are you still waiting on that? Wrong hold. Or this is my least favorite part of the build. Really? Over the frame is probably my least favorite part. Okay, so now we got that. We need to put this part on top of here, like so. Okay. So we've got our, I hope you guys can see this all right. It's tough with black sometimes on camera. Okay, so we did, again, put this through the slot, did the shim, bearing, shim thing, sandwiched it right now. And now we're going to be grabbing this accent piece. So let's see, looks like we need the one with the heat insert on the left side, or actually, yeah, okay. So it looks like, wait, this is confusing. Interesting. Okay. So do you just balance it? Is that? Oh, I dropped it. Okay. All right, let's try. Let's do this again. Where did our shims go? Wait, did the shims fly? Where did they go? Oh, here they are. Here's one. Okay. All right, so it looks like this is like, it requires, is this correct that you have to sort of like quickly slide it into place and then drop the bolt back in? So this is gonna require, try this again, so. Okay. I'm glad to see someone else struggle. It makes me feel better. Well, I didn't fully understand what was happening until it came out and I was like, okay, now I get it. Like this is, we're doing like some little Jenga action here. All right, so we got shim, bearing, shim. Okay, so this is just, again, to get the stack in place. Now we're dropping this on like this. Okay, this sort of sandwiches in. Okay, so make sure orientation's correct. This guy's going like this. Okay. Okay, so it looks like you just basically want to have the piece completely parallel to like you don't want the things to be able to slide. So let's see if I can somehow magically slide this piece out. Like that. Keeping tension. Keeping tension. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna get this. Okay, we need to get through the last shim. I did this with a piece of filament. Yeah, this seems like there's gotta be a... Oh, come on, shim. It's the final shim that's doing us dirty right now. Oh, I think I got it. No? Okay, so let me get, man, there's no way to actually move, like... I almost wonder if it'd be easier to insert the shim after the fact. So we're good on the first, like, let me see here. Damn, that last shim. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Let's see. Go like this. You guys can't see what's happening, can you? Oh, there we go. How many of these do I have to do? Just two, right? I think there's just two of them. Okay, I see now why someone said this is their not their favorite part. Dude, that bottom shim. Oh, no, bottom shim popped out. Okay, I think that the bottom shim popped out, but I think that it might be easier this way. So I'm going to attempt to, these on the microphone are fun. I'm a total jerk for enjoying. Yeah, tweezers. Allen key should help. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's pop this bolt out. Slide it back, slide it back, slide it back. Okay. So I've got the bolt right beyond where the shim needs to be. I don't know how well you can see that. And I think I could just slide the shim. Oh, maybe not. It is quite tight. Let's see, where's my flathead? There we go. Okay, it's basically there. Come on, shim. It's so close. Okay, so yeah, Allen key is probably the way to do it then. Let's try this. So I think if I use an Allen key, I can get this through like this and sort of move it around. The bottom shim is the one that's really going to get me again. Or you know what? I just saw someone, one second here. Okay, isn't this what someone said? Go from the bottom? So let's see if I do this. Let's see if I can, I've got Allen key going through. So things are at least somewhat aligned. Let's see if we can just follow it through. Okay, did not work. I really think it's just that damn bottom shim. Okay. New plan of attack. Let's see if you're looking at. I'm not looking forward to doing this on the microphone. I'm gonna read. It's not a suggestion where one guy used 2 screws. One to build the stack, and then screws the one from main side, allowing it to push screw out. That's a good idea. Using Allen key as a guide. Finally, coasting in at 5 p.m. on a busy day at work. Looking good, mod bot. I was wondering where you're at. I was like, I haven't seen Dilmar. Allen keys to the rescue. Start small and go up. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna get this. I've got no doubt in my mind. So we're again starting with this. Can't do it with this track. String beats. Okay. Try it again. Okay. That's all right. Okay. I just wonder if I apply enough pressure. Okay, it's beautiful right now. It is perfect. It is so nice. Don't move anything. I'm applying pressure. The only thing I'm doing different right now is I'm pinching the parts together much more than I did previously. We did it. Easy, easy. Okay. I don't know how much you're able to see. I didn't do anything different except all I did was pinch these 2 parts together in an attempt to hopefully not allow that shim, because the shims are the hardest part. The bottom shim, you have no room. So yeah, that went piece of cake. Use another nickel screw to guide them through. 2% nice control. Yeah. Use a thicker Allen key as a guide, then switch them. We'll see if I can repeat that, but that was simple once I did that. Okay, so now it's saying to go from this side with an M3 washer. I don't know if we even have. One second, let me set this down. Let's not let this fall out. Okay, M3, washer. I don't see any in here, which makes me think that they're still here. Yeah, M3 washers. Okay. We'll try that again on the second one. I'm quite confident that if you squeeze them together, that's the winner. M340. Now check you picked up the correct tensioner and didn't put it upside down like I did. Oh no. No, it's right. It's right. It's gotta be right. Okay, so bolt's going through. Man, I wish the lighting was a little bit. I guess if I hold the part towards the light. Okay, so this is going through here, through this part, and then the tension is on the far side. That's not right. Okay, that seems right. When do we install the nut on the bottom? Was I supposed to install, did I miss a step? I didn't see, 1 second here. It looks like an M5 nut needs to go into that trap, but I don't see it anywhere on here. Lurking at work. Hey, what's up, B? Okay, so we're gonna quickly check our work and hopefully not have a freak out moment here. Okay, so why does this bolt? Oh, cool. Yeah, it goes all the way through. Nice. All right. So checking with the image. Let's get you guys lower. I don't think we need to be so high up. Okay, so we've got teeth here up top. That looks correct. Bolts up top. That's correct. Stack looks fine, and yeah, this looks great. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we're doing the same thing again on the other side. I feel so confident though. I feel we're doing the exact same thing on the other side, but I feel great. I'm ready. Let's see. Okay. So bolts going through. Bam. We've got our shim. We've got our bearing, another bearing, another shim, and where's top piece, which is you, like that. Okay, so let me visually get this lined up. Okay, so they have Voron logo on the left side, like this. Okay. Okay, and the part, all right, I think I got this. Long-time listener, first-time commenter. Phil, thank you. Thanks for stopping by, B. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm putting pressure down with my left thumb. Okay, pressure's in place. It looks like this part goes like this. Okay, oh crap. Okay, things are still looking good. Okay. I must have used the wrong size bolt. I definitely used the wrong size bolt. Where's the right size bolt? Oh, we still got it. Yeah, so that's the trick. That is the trick. This part is not bad at all, but you just need to apply pressure. Like, I was applying quite a bit of pressure, enough to, like, again, push the plastic together, and the shims had no chance of moving at all. So now we're good. Parts in, easy peasy. I feel, again, like after the first time I got that one in, I was like, all right, I feel much more confident. But the first few times I was very confused. I call it Aquila, but I think it's the Aquila X2 gang. Nice. Hey, what's up, William? For me, this Wednesday feels like a Friday. Tomorrow is national holiday. Oh, nice. That's awesome. So then you have work, or you just have Friday then, right? And then that's awesome. Okay, so we're good with that. Now we need to do the same thing, which is an M340, which is you, and another washer. Let's set this down for a second. Watched a video some time back about Aquila machines and got one used for 90, but nice. Yeah, I was blown away with that printer when it first came out. I mean, it was basically an Ender 3 V2, but better, at least equal, if not a bit better, and the price was less. I really liked mine. It was also a printer that there was a lot of requests for me to test out that printer. Like, I don't necessarily get a lot of requests for specific machines. I mean, sometimes I do, it just depends. But considering that was, you know, like an Ender 3 V2 essentially, I was surprised by how many people wanted me to test out that printer. Cool, okay, so let's leave this loose for now. Okay. So this looks good. Let's verify our work. Let's see, it's the same thing. We've got teeth on the left side. We've got the socket head on the top. Our bearings are looking good, and the tensioners there. Yeah, so we've got, there we go. These two are ready to rock and roll. Today is the second Monday of the week here in Sweden. Holiday yesterday. Oh, nice. What's up, Linus? That's funny. My mom actually flies out on Sunday. I think she flies into Gothenburg, and she'll be in Sweden for 3 weeks visiting my grandma and her sister and all of our family out there. I don't think she's been since COVID, so she's excited. My grandma used to come out and visit every other year, but she's got heart problems now, and she can't fly. She only flies within Europe. She won't fly this distance. So I was just talking to her about Midsummer, because I guess they're gonna be she'll be out there for Midsummer. Poor thing was painted, and in general has been through it. Oh man, they painted like the extrusions? Hey, what's up, Chris? Our things are going well with a new little family, and both of you are still getting enough sleep. Yeah, so we'll take let me see here where we're at. I'll open the giveaway right now, and we'll take like a $5 before we start moving on to this next part here. So yeah, give me 1 second, and then I will get everyone up to speed on what's going on over here. Let's see. Okay, for anyone that hasn't, because I know there's some people that said this is their first time, we give away a spool of Polymaker filament every single week, and it's free shipping, it's global, anyone can enter from anywhere. So I'm just gonna post this form in chat. You just need to fill it out. If you don't have a Discord, just put NA or you know, don't have, and I'll reach out via email instead. It's just kind of more of a placeholder than anything. So yeah, so things are going. Let me get a sip of water really quick actually too, and I'll start going. So Jackson is doing awesome. We took him out a lot. My aunt and my cousin flew in on last Friday, and they flew out yesterday. But they were coming to visit us and see the house and meet Jackson. And so we ran around quite a bit, went to a few restaurants, went to the farmer's market, and we took Jackson to all of it. Like, he was at 4 restaurants. He was great. We got sushi on Monday, and he was just sleeping, like, in his little bassinet. He is officially in his bouncy thing now, so, like, we have this sort of jungle set where it's supposed to build your leg strength, but we tried it 2 weeks ago, and his feet were too far from the floor, and his neck was too weak. And now he's in there. His feet hit the ground, and he's, like, starting to slowly bounce, which is awesome. His hand-eye coordination is definitely getting better. He's able to grab things and, like, bring them to his mouth, which is cool. And he is getting very close to being able to roll over, like, so close to being able to roll over. So he's doing awesome. We tonight is supposed to be the first night that we are moving him from our bedroom into his own bedroom. So we'll see how that goes, unless something changed. The last couple nights, except for last night was rough, but the 2 nights before that, he only woke up once. He slept from like 11 till 4, and then from 4 to 8, and so we were like, cool, let's, like, if he's doing that, let's move him into his own bedroom. We have the monitor set up, and that way we kind of have our space, and he gets used to being in his own room. So we're getting very close to doing that, which is exciting, but he's doing awesome. The biggest downside, I would say right now, is that he started drooling a lot and blowing bubbles, and from what we're seeing and the way he's acting, it seems like he's already starting to teeth, which he just turned 3 months on the 5th, so he's just a couple days over 3 months. But when I looked online, because originally it said, like, yeah, usually teething starts at 6 months, but some teeth way earlier, and I think that that's what's going on. So I'm curious to see how that goes as far as, like, pain management and stuff like that, but he's doing awesome. Sleep's still kind of hit or miss with Aaron and I, but it's a lot better than it was a few weeks ago. So we're thankful for the little bit of sleep that we're getting. So, but yeah, he's doing awesome. He's just such a happy kid, and yeah, he's awesome. Jackson's great. Thank you. I was 15 minutes behind on stream. Oh man. Okay, let's cool. So yeah, the giveaway is going to be open until what time is it here? 3 o'clock my time, so 31 minutes from now, and then we'll do the drawing live. You don't have to be here, so if you have to go back to work or do anything, totally fine. I will email the winner later on tonight, so no big deal. Let's see. We got 105 people here. Awesome. If you have not hit the like button, please do. It definitely helps out the channel, and we're getting close. I think we're at, what are we at on the channel? We're climbing towards 5,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I need to do a better job of promoting the stream channel, but it's been cool just to see it sort of organically grow every single week with our streams here. So, all right, let's continue on. I want to get the ABs done. So we will move along here. That's the M530s. I hate to do it. I gotta run and get my physical for the year. I'll see you later. Good luck with us. Hey, good luck with the physical. Prior to the one I got recently, I hadn't gotten one in a long time. So hopefully it's just everything's good. But no worries, man. Hey Jeff, glad to be able to make the stream. Hey, glad to have you here. Happy Wednesday. If it involves the timing of young children, I put plus or minus of 1 year on everything. If it involves timing of young children, I put a... You mean, what do you mean timing? Like, you're saying, like, as far as everyone sort of develops or grows at their own pace within a year? Hey, what's up, 3D HP? Okay, so let me make sure I got the right piece here. Not you. Definitely not you. Not you as well. Where the heck? Okay, so it's this piece. The printed parts for the A drive have a cutout. Cool. Okay, so let's go here. This is our piece. This is the piece with the heat inserts, and we're gonna take 2 M5 by 30s, and they're going in right here and right here. And then we're probably flipping it around. Yep, so we'll flip this like that. And then each, oops. So the inner stack is just shim, bearing, bearing, shim. So let's do that. Shim, bam, bearing, bearing, and shim. And the outer one is shim, bearing, bearing, shim, shim, bearing. So, okay, so double, double basically. So we got shim. That's not right. Bearing, bearing, 2 shims. 2 more bearings. And that's a black shim. I'm trying to use the same shims. All right, there we go, gold. Okay, perfect. That looks right. Let me make sure from the side, gold. Yep, looks fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm caught up. Do you recommend I get the Fabrico screwdrivers, or do you think I can just use an Allen key set I got with Ender 4? I will say, so whether you go with the Fabrico ones or not, I highly recommend getting like a proper driver. I didn't for like the first 7 or 8 years. Well, for 3D printing, it would have been like, yeah, like 6 or 7 years. And I was like, yeah, it's Allen keys work fine. Oh my God. Your hands will thank you. So this is the Fabrico one, and this is the Bondus, I think is what it's called. It's pretty cheap off of Amazon. These are definitely more comfortable. The Bondus ones are more comfortable. The only thing is that they all have the ball ends on them, which you technically don't want to torque down super hard. I have, but you're technically not supposed to. So that's one thing. While the Fabrico ones, we tried torquing down really hard with them the other day, and they destroyed my hands because they've got like, I don't know if you can see it. It's got a pretty hard texture and it's metal, but they don't have the ball end. So although that means you have to go straight on, they're much better for tightening things down. Again, you just have to be careful with your hands. And the top of them also, let's see what does it. Yeah, the top spins, which is really nice for when you're just like saving your wrist and you're just sort of tightening things like this with your fingers. So I like both of them. I don't know, definitely these are more comfortable, but I use both of them fairly equally. I don't know that I'd say one over the other per se, but I highly recommend at least getting one. If you're gonna be building printer kits, I'm telling you right now, your hands will thank you. It is worth the, you know, 15, 20 bucks or whatever it ends up costing for a set. Both Fabrico and Bondus make a great combo. Yeah, I tend to agree. I use both of them. Like, so when I need to really torque something, I usually grab these guys. And when I'm, well, I guess I use both. Yeah, I don't know. I like them both. I definitely think it's worth it. First time I get to chat for your live streams, I really like the format and how laid back it is. Hey, thanks, George. That's kind of the goal. The goal was, I mean, my personality is quite spazzy, as I'm sure anyone, you know, you've seen if you watch the channel. Very kind of hyper, but it's pretty laid back. I mean, we're here to hang out, shoot the shit, build some stuff, have some fun, and do some 3D printing. So, yeah, I really enjoy the streams. So thank you. I'm glad again that you feel that way and that you're able to make it. My second was walking at 4. Oh my God, my second was walking at 4 months, but no teeth until 11 months. My older sister was still crawling at 18 months. Okay, so there's no way of knowing. Just be ready for anything. Even cheap set of Allen drivers are a massive improvement. Yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely worth getting something. Please get good tools, no matter what the brand. Stripping screws, because rounded tool heads is hell. Yep. I didn't know this Fabrico have heavy duty and 2 smaller. I'll have to look at. I have WeHa Precision Drive. Yeah, I have these. Where the heck are they? Oh, these ones. These are awesome too. These are a little bit pricier, I think. These WeHa hex set, but these are really great. The color is nice, so you can easily see which one you're grabbing. They've got a sort of a unique geometry on them, so they don't slip or strip the screws as easily. They've got both the ball head as well as not ball head for torquing down. I like these a lot. You know, again, just something is better than just the cheap Allen keys that come with the printers. And again, it took me years to finally, it wasn't until I started live streaming when the Bondus were actually sent to me by my buddy Pi, who I met through my live streams initially. He was watching me struggle and was like, I'm gonna send you a set of these. And after I got them, I'm like, oh my God. So yes, your hands will thank you, and it's absolutely worth the small investment for the not stripping stuff and your hands just not being totally destroyed. Hey Phil! They have also the rotating end. Yep, I got my set after your suggestions before I started my build. Boy, are they good. Awesome, yeah, totally. I've recommended them to a ton of people. Just check CNC kitchen tips for heated inserts and the soldering tip temperature. It's easy after all. For PLA, this is around 225, PGD 245, ABS 265, nice. Heavy duty set is 5 drivers and smaller, a 1mm. Oh, okay, so I don't have the smaller ones. I need to order the smaller ones. The WeHa Precision are screwdrivers, so the same quality as the hex set. Okay, so then they're really nice then, because WeHa is German, right? I'm almost positive we've talked about this and they're German. Okay, so we've got our 2 stacks. Now we need to grab the other half and just sandwich them together. So let's do that. That's going to be you. This looks like it's the right piece. not? Oh, I guess that is. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to do this without having the screws pop out. There we go. Why are these not? Oh, there's threads. Interesting. Okay, so I didn't realize this. The top parts actually have threads built into the plastic. So we're just going to then thread this in. That's why it's not pressing through. There we go. There we go. And then we'll just sort of, I don't want to strip the plastic out, but I do want them at least snug. Okay, so just hand tightening those. Okay. Spinning freely, no play. Cool. That looks good. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our motor. I wonder if we should build the second one of this before we do. Yeah, we're gonna build the second one of this, and then we'll do the motor attaching. I think it's just easier to kind of do the same sort of thing a second time while it's fresh in your mind. So we're grabbing M530s. Yeah, let's just do this really quick. I think it'll help me speed it up. M530, M530, flipping you around. Bam, like that. And then orientation, so same thing. So the outside is 2 stacks and the inside is 1 stack. So bam, let's get our other bearings out. Bearing, bearing. So in kind of, well, I would even say it's kind of, in exciting news, as soon as we're done building this, we are jumping straight into a Trident build. Cyborg reached out and asked if I was interested in building a Trident, and I said, yeah, I'd love to. And I didn't think it was gonna happen so quickly, but it showed up like yesterday. So we are going from this build to that build, which makes me wonder on the ERCF if I'm gonna have to either do it off stream or a secondary stream. I really want to do it on stream. I just don't like time. Like, since I only stream once a week, it's really tough to, like, these big builds take a month and a half a piece, so there's only so many that we can do in a year, you know? Good tools can be pricey, but if you taken care of them, they'll last maybe even for life. Yeah, I, more and more, I'm like trying to splurge here and there on tools, because it makes, not only does it make the thing you're doing much more enjoyable, but it makes it where there's less like screw ups, right? I mean, it's so much easier to strip a screw when you've got cheap Allen keys that are sort of deforming when you're tightening them. So it's, you know, it is cost, yeah, but time is also valuable. And if you're having to undo things because the tools you got are failing, then that's no good either. This is so you don't over torque and bind the bearing. Okay, that makes sense then. Because yeah, if it was into a nut, I would definitely be tightening it more. Hey, see, Senior's in the house. I've used the same Voron 2.4 every day at work, almost all day long for 5 years. I've never shipped a screw. The Allen key still looks brand new. They can take a beating. That's all I'll own. Yeah, that's that's awesome. 5 years. I got the Voron hex set and love them. Hey, Carl. I don't know if I said hi to you. Hey, Carl. Is that a Craftsman driver? Craftsman? Wait, where? This? No. This is Bondus and then Fabrico. Also, Zombie, I didn't see your response. Are you building a Fabrico Rook right now or no? It's just another self-sourced Rook. Or is it a West 3D Rook? Okay, so we've got our stacks. Let me just make sure again. I didn't forget anything. Bearing, shim, shim, shim. Yep, we're good on that. Okay, same thing, don't over tighten. Okay, West 3D kit. So you're gonna build a third one, right? Because aren't you still doing a Fabrico one after? Why does this not look right? That's because it's not. There we go. Oh, that's right. Okay, so tilt these again to the side like that. And hey, what's up, Trax? Yeah, whenever they ship kits, nice. I think they've got to be getting close with the Fabrico kits. Splurged on... Back in RC... Wait, splurged on MIP back in my RC days. Painful to pay for, but they're A+. I don't know what that is. MIP? I've heard really good things about the iFixit kit for like small tools. I've heard really good things about the iFixit kit. Oops, this isn't... There we go. Okay, that's probably plenty. Okay, so we got both of those done. Now we need to grab our motors, which I did take out already. Let's also get... I love the iFixit kits. Yeah, they look nice. I haven't ordered them, but I've definitely thought about it at least a dozen times. MIP is an RC car parts manufacturer. Gotcha. Okay. So they make tools as well. I mean, they make obviously small, well, maybe not even small tools. I guess RCs don't have to be very small. I think Fabrico's waiting on a few more parts to complete the kits and or one location for Honey Badger kit STLs. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because it's sort of a custom. It's sort of a custom Rook, right? Like, I know that I saw Lightspeed's building one on Twitter over the last couple of days or weeks here. Okay, so I did find that the, I printed out another one of these, but I did find that it actually did come with one of these little jigs. So we need, let's see here, GT2 20 teeth pulleys. So we should have these under motion. GT2 20 teeth. GT2 20 teeth. Oh, interesting. Okay, so these are not the same. These 5mm inner diameter. This has to be the right piece. Okay, so we got two of these. And then we're going to need our Loctite. We could just use, I guess we can just use, wait. We'll use the lid for this bearing. Yeah, for this bearing stack. Or for these bearings. If anyone just showed up, we do have the giveaway for Polymaker open. It's pinned in chat, so if you haven't filled it out, it's, I think, basically email, YouTube name, and Discord name. And if you don't have Discord, just put, you know, not available or don't have, and we're going to be drawing that very shortly here. Okay, so we got that. I'm hoping that I didn't lose too many set screws. After last week's stream, I totally hit the drawer that had the tiniest of set screws and they flew, and I have a carpet floor. So I was on my knees for like 15 minutes trying to find them, but I'm sure that I didn't find them all. So the M3, yeah, the M3x2s, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 5 of them in here. It seems like we're primarily using the M4 set screws for all the motors, so I don't know how many of the other ones we need, but we'll, oh my god, I'm a goof. We don't need this. I forgot the set screws are, I already have it on there. Yeah, I thought about magnet, but I don't have any big magnets. I did have big magnets, and I think I gave them to my mom or they broke or something. We used them for the 1 year giveaway or the 1,000 subscriber giveaway we did with the numbers, but I don't know what happened to them. Music is sounding like a mix of Pokemon and Mario. Yeah, it kind of feels like a combination of a cave zone on Pokemon, like on Game Boy, mixed with a little bit of like boss level, like maybe a ghost level on Mario. Turns out Rooks have a lot of parts. Okay, so what are we doing here? We need to slap one of these onto here. Let's actually get the set screws installed, at least partially. That's usually what we do. That's way too big. Where's... There we go. Let's see. When I'm having a bad day, I just stare at my Polymaker spools and it makes me feel better. That's amazing. You ended up ordering some of the, I think you showed me in the screenshot, but you ended up ordering some of the Galaxy ABS or ASA, right, G-Funny? I'm almost positive you did. I have a question, so suggestion. I'm new to watching live streams in general, so maybe I just have a bad sense of the vibe. I wonder how people feel about background music. To me, it's distracting. I think it depends on, like to an extent, like we've played around with the audio levels of the music. And this seems to be the level that most people like, where they can still hear me, and it's not too extreme, but it's still kind of, oh man, this is, yeah, it's fine. But it's still, you know, audible. I typically like it if it's not too extreme. I do think it's nice when, I mean, I guess I talk a lot, so there's not a whole lot of voids of sound, but I do think it's nice when there is sort of moments where it's, you know, a little bit quieter. But I think everyone sort of has their own opinion on it. I'm sure if we did a vote, some would be like, yeah, don't need it, and some are like, love it. So it's a balancing act. I like it, and I'd like to think that most do. I feel like I get complimented quite a bit on the retro-y stuff. But if everyone all of a sudden was like, we hate your music, I wouldn't take offense to it. I would either lower it or get rid of it. I mean, I get to hear the music too, so like in my ear, I hear the music, and it helps me with kind of getting in the groove of things as well. Fills the silence for people with ADHD can help. Yeah, it helps me focus substantially. If we didn't have, there's a few times where my AirPods have died while we're building, and oh, I feel completely scattered. So, Mama has a lovely voice. Thank you. I don't think anyone might. I appreciate that. I'll even. This is your late night radio host. Oh, I appreciate that. Okay, so we need, it looks like E and A for our height on this one. So we're gonna grab our little measurement tool and go E and A. So hopefully this will do it. All right, we'll try this again. So E and A, right about there. See how this looks before I torque it down. Yeah, I think that's about right. Check it one more time. If you lose stuff in carpet, use a magnet. It can help with. Yeah, I should probably buy a. You know, I do have these guys up here actually. Oh, I'm thinking about it. I've got these little. I never use them for anything. Like they're more for show. But I totally forgot about these till right now. I should scan the carpet with these. We specifically don't vacuum this office because I'm scared of destroying our vacuum. I need to go through. That'd be a good idea if I if I go through this place and try to scan, you know, pick up all of the bolts and screws that we've dropped over the last 12 months, and then do a deep clean. We only vacuum like the very obvious parts where there's nothing, but like corners are sketchy. Our previous vacuum, I felt really bad for it because of how many metal pieces got sucked up. Okay, so I think we're good. Let me tighten this down just a hair bit more, then we'll do the second motor. Probably way too tight, but whatever. I don't want these to come loose. Okay, so there's one. You'll fine tune this when you have belts on later. Okay, gotcha. If you lose something in the carpet, old hard drive. Yeah, that's a good idea. I actually have a hard drive. That's kind of funny you said that too. Because I've quite literally got a 1 terabyte hard drive here that I have a few hard drives that are like not used. I just need to pull some data from, and they're either like too slow or I'm not using them for anything anymore. That I should repurpose for stuff like that. I have the 2 things that we've called out. Okay, so one's done. Let's get the second one on. Let's see, the other one's probably going opposite direction, I would imagine. Bolts up, yeah, cool. Let's do this. Now let's align one of these. Why are we not? Interesting. Huh. Okay. I know some of you guys have to play video games, so I'm gonna ask, has anybody played Diablo 4? And if so, how are you liking it? I haven't played video games in such a long time, but like I'm tempted. This streaming PC is what was my old gaming PC, and I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna start gaming on the PC again, but I'm tempted to get it to play on Steam Deck. I've seen that it runs at like 40 frames, medium settings on Steam Deck, and I'm like, ooh, kind of looks fun. Weird. I don't know why this one's not sliding as smooth as I would like, but I guess that's okay. We just need to get it into place. All right, so for this one, we're using B, it looks like. So B, looks like this. Let's try it. Huh, it looks so, it's almost perfect. So basically flush. Let me just confirm I'm not doing this wrong. Nope, I'm doing this wrong. I was wrong, so other way. There we go. No, it needs to go much lower. There we go. Okay, so Z should be facing upwards on this part, so yeah, there we go. Nope. Okay, let's try it like that. I love my Steam Deck. I love it. Viking, you've been playing it? I'm playing it. It's pretty good so far. Been getting in quite a few hours since launch. Nice. Is it good on Steam Deck with a small screen? I don't know. I'm sure it's not as good as you know, on an actual PC, but if it lets me play just a little bit. All my buddies are playing it like every night. But I know that if I this PC is right now set up for streaming, and like if I get it set up again, I'll put too many hours in it. At least on the Steam Deck, I can kind of like casually play it, and you know, I don't know. Okay, it should be good enough for now. I know Delmar said that we'll probably be adjusting these a little bit later with the belts, so probably don't even need to over tighten them if we're gonna be loosening them. So, okay, let's now do the first one. As soon as we're done installing the AB motors right now, it'll be time to do the drawing. So, okay, so we are orientation. So plug going on that side. This going like so. This must be the right one then. Okay. And we need M3 by 30 socket heads. M330, M330. Where are you? MP30 socket heads. I usually play PoE. PoE. Why don't I know what PoE is? It's a bit expensive. Not too happy with the Battle Pass video. Still waiting for people's feedback before I jump in. Oh, Path of Exile. Path of Exile. Yeah. For some reason, I thought you meant to say PvE, like play versus environment. Gotcha. Path of I haven't played Path of Exile. I've heard great things about it. I've definitely looked at it many times over the years and been like, maybe, but I haven't jumped in. Okay, so we've checked orientation. Basically, we want the bearings, the single bearing stack to be at the same height as the teeth on this. So that's the correct one. And then the plug for the motor needs to be facing the left side. So we've got that. Now we're just going to drop 3 screws in. 2 and 3. For AAA games, I'm using my PC. Yeah, maybe eventually I'll get back into playing games. I enjoyed it, and it was like I don't really talk to much of any of my buddies anymore because in their free time, when they're not working, they're pretty much playing games. I'm like, I haven't played in so long. I really enjoyed it. I just, again, like there's so many things I'm trying to get done. It feels counterproductive. And like in a little bit of free time I'm having, just trying to like go for a walk with Erin, or like we watch our show. She doesn't game, so it's kind of like, you know, in my free time as well, I feel bad just like, all right, well, you know, I've been working, now I'm gonna go play with my friends. So I don't know, we'll see. If Jackson ends up liking video games, then I will absolutely play games with him. I also did start playing Breath of the Wild again from a new start, because I played it a lot when it came out, and then I saw that the new Zelda came out, Tears of the Kingdom, I think is what it's called, Tears of the Kingdom, and was almost going to buy it, but I was like, no, like you always do that. You get a game and you don't play it through because it's you. So you play through Breath of the Wild and then you've earned yourself the excuse to purchase that game, so we'll see. My wife became a gamer over the pandemic. She has a reasonable desktop gaming PC on top of the Steam Deck. Nice. I feel like Erin would like it if she actually gave it a go, but she's real stubborn, and like if you tell yourself you're not gonna like something, you're already shooting it down. You're not gonna like it, and she's kind of been like that with most games. I think I got her to play like Crash Bandicoot when the remaster came out. Yeah, I got her to play Crash Bandicoot a little bit, which she kind of enjoyed. But yeah, I think that if she's gonna play a game, it's gonna be retro, which I enjoy retro games a lot. I don't have anything against that, but it would be fun to play some more current games with her. Okay, I think I'm tightening this plenty. Let's stop tightening it. Okay, so there's one. Let's grab the other one. Getting a ROM that allows for it will probably fix the lagginess. You need to try Tears of the Kingdom. It improves a lot on Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I've heard it's kind of like an extension of it. You're gonna buy a console for your kid in the future and secretly play it a lot. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. If my brother too, if my brother were to hit me up, because we gamed a lot together growing up, and was like, hey dude, I'm getting a new console, and I want to be able to play with you, I would get one too. I think just so that way I can, we have something to do and we can hang out online. So we'll see. This isn't goodbye. This is just this is just a for now thing. What's been working out, but okay. So we're doing the exact same thing again. The single stack needs to line up with the teeth, so it should be the lower single stack, and then the plug should be coming out on the right hand side. And I'm just matching up with the image that the teeth are on the left. The teeth up here on the left hand side. So we'll do the exact same thing, and then we will do our drawing. We're actually making, considering how I was feeling earlier, I was like, we're not gonna make very much progress today, but I feel like we're doing a great job. This is kind of like all I had planned for getting done today. I'm almost debating on going a little bit further. I want to play Jedi Survivor, but only have a Switch. Is that the same engine as the previous Star Wars that came out? I know there was a Star Wars that came out like, I was still in California. This is probably like a year and a half to 2.5 years ago-ish. Maybe even longer. Was it pre-pandemic? Was it Fallen Jedi? Does that sound right? And that looked incredible. I actually think I own it. I think I bought it on a Steam sale. I just need to play it, but it looked awesome. I watched a ton of gameplay on it. I'm not a huge Star Wars person by any means. Like, I like Star Wars, I'm just not a huge Star Wars person. But yeah, that game looked awesome. Like, I mean, I think that whether you're a big Star Wars fan or not, just the gameplay and mechanics looked so good. Oh, let's Let's not do that. Okay, I think that's about good. Fine line between tightening it and heavy handing it. All right, yeah, let's leave it like that. I'd rather be a little bit less than a little bit more in this case. All right. Oh, it's 3:02. Yep, it's time to do the giveaway. Let me get caught up on chat real quick, and then we'll do this. My wife and I were pretty hardcore back in our 20s, logging into WoW Friday after work and logging out Sunday back into vanilla days. These days we really have time to think. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, it's so, I was just talking about, there's a saying, and I can't think of exactly how it goes, but it's something about like the difference between like being a child and an adult is that like a child wants to do these things but can't do these things, but as an adult, like you also want to do these things but you can't do these things, like because there's so many other things like dish, you know, I mean just the basic like dishes, laundry. I gotta go mow the lawn. I've been putting it off for like 2 days. Like there's always something. There's never nothing to be done. And so you know, you can do these other things, but then it's like the other thing, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I wish there was more hours in the day. I say all the time, I'm like, why can't days be like 40 hours long? I get so much more done. I could still work a ton and then have like 5 hours to just play games. My wife's the same way. She loves the old Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, classics are awesome. Still working on the gantry. Oh, zombie. Well, we're done with the AB drives, so we're gonna do the gantry after this. Neither of those games will play on Switch. Yeah, Fallen Jedi is awesome, and the new one is great too. I'm like that with Star Wars, but I'm a huge Andor fan. Andor? What is that? It's great, but it has performance issues, right? With the Star Wars. I think I remember hearing that when it first dropped. There's a fine line between tightening a bit and shooting the head off. Yeah, I try not to heavy hand things too much. I learned the hard way with the V0, the first build, and it sort of gave me like PTSD of tightening things, and all of a sudden you're like, oh no, it's spinning freely now, which means I've gone too far. Yeah, adulting, there's like awesome things of adulting. Like you can do whatever you want, but because you're an adult, you can't do anything that you want. Like, I mean, you can, right? It's just, yeah, it's a balance. It's such a balance. There's more good than bad, I would say, but I do miss the days of like summer and no school, and just like my biggest concern was like, would we get to Prestige on a Call of Duty or something like that, you know? Okay, let me get the giveaway going here. Thank you everybody for oh wow, 113 entries, nice. Okay, so I gotta download, let me unpin this, remove. I'm gonna give 30 seconds before I download it, just in case there's anybody filling it out. Ooh, we got 91 likes. We are 9 away. If you have not hit the like button, please do. We are almost at 100. No, as an adult, you have a life until you have kids, then you live their life. Yeah, I mean, we've already seen just over the last couple of months here with Jackson how our lives have quickly changed every aspect of it. You know, like it's just so much, and it's also funny too, like how babies are so small, right? Like this guy's like this big. Yet the amount of stuff that babies need is insane. Like more stuff than an adult needs. There's just crap, baby stuff everywhere. Our trunk's full. We have a whole room that's full of stuff that, you know, is hardly getting used right now. The living room's got rockers. Like it's just so much stuff. Andor. Wait, what is Andor? I missed it, I think. Andor's great. I liked Rebel 1. Oh, is Andor like the newer Star Wars? That's newer Star Wars? Newer Star Wars? Andor is a Star Wars series based around the characters from Rogue One and Star Wars for ground. Huh. It's the newer movies, right? Babies are... Back in the car to go to the grocery store anywhere with a baby is crazy. Yeah, the amount of times we've like gone somewhere and been like, cool, we have all these groceries, and we pop the trunk in, and we're like, oh crap, we forgot like the bassinet and this other thing's in here, and now we're trying to jigsaw, you know, jigsaw pieces in the trunk. It's funny though. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Like I think Aaron and I both do a great job of like, I think we have a good sense of humor, and so anytime something's chaos, like we just sort of laugh. Like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, that's all you can do is laugh or cry, and laughter is way better. So, okay. So nobody else has signed up. So let's download the responses. Thank you everyone that liked. We also crossed over 100. Okay, so we've got that. Downloading. Extract all. All right, we're getting so close, everybody. Up. Up. Okay. Replace existing file. Yes, please. Okay. Nice. We are good to go. 113 people. Drew Brizzle, you were our last entry. Just got in there. Who was our first entry? First entry was Linus. All right. Where's our wheel of names? Wheel of names. Wheel of names. Wheel of names. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. There we go. Officially there. A trip from Dayton, Ohio to Louisville, Kentucky would take 3 hours, including a baby that turned into 6. Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. Going. Oh yeah, road trips. I mean, he's really good in cars, but when his stomach's upset, or like he's very sensitive to having like any pee in his diaper. I'm talking to other people, like my aunt was out. She was like, yeah, like my cousin used to be able to sleep no problem with some pee. Dude, Jackson gets a little bit of pee in his diaper and he is like raising hell, which I guess is not a bad thing. I mean, maybe that means that when it comes time to potty training, he'll be good because he'll be like, get this out, this is bad. But like, oh man, it makes it tough for him to sleep through the night because he gets a little bit of pee in his diaper, it wakes him up and he just starts screaming. So, how did you miss the giveaway, John? The giveaway link was pinned. It was pinned for like 45 minutes. Hey, Dutch. Okay, it's a Disney Plus series. Gotcha. Alrighty, so Zero G. All right, so as usual, massive thank you to Polymaker for being awesome and sponsoring the channel every single week, or the streams every single week. They allow us to give away a spool of filament, and they've also provided a ton of filament for the channel and builds, and just they're an awesome company, and they're always doing super cool stuff. Like, they don't just have their filament and they're like, this is our line. They are constantly making all sorts of both engineering grade filaments and really, really pretty filaments, both in, you know, like ABS ASA world and PLA world. So if you, I just need Daniel to send me his Basel. My Basel's right here, man. It's right here. So, oh gosh. Hey Liz, totally, you guys squirreled me right there. I don't remember what I was saying. Polymaker. So yes, thank you to Polymaker for allowing us to do this. If you have not been in the giveaways before, I will email you by the end of today with a form that will have you pick out, if you're in the US or Canada, you'll get a gift card that you can get what you want from the web store, or if you're anywhere else, you'll be able to pick out a PLA, ABS, ASA, or PETG other than exotics, and they will get that sent to you. So massive thank you to Polymaker, and if you haven't tried out their filament, links are in the description, and it helps out the channel, so it's always appreciated. I'm trying to think, what do we want to do today? Let's see, how many shuffles? It's the 7th, so I'm thinking maybe, we'll do that. We'll do seven shuffles. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good luck, everybody, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. What? 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 All right, false alarm. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I don't know what's going on today. Oh, so close to G40. So close to... Hey, Delmar! You did it, Delmar. Nice! Congratulations, Delmar. You are our winner. Let's give you some confetti, a little bit of... do some fireworks. Oh, we don't have the fireworks anymore. I deleted the file. We'll do some air horn. And then, because I'm trying to eat healthy, this is the closest I'll get to it, so we'll do a little... Pizza. Pizza. Congratulations, Delmar. You were really close to G-Funny. I saw your name, I was like, ah! So I will, I'll probably still just email you, Delmar, but, or I can shoot you a message on Discord. It doesn't matter, but congratulations. Yeah, you won. So, I feel like you've won before, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. We've done so many giveaways now that I can't remember exactly. First Polymaker. Oh, nice. Okay, so first time winning a Polymaker, second time overall. Sweet. So this is your first time Polymaker. Do you know what you're going to get? Are you doing Galaxy, Galaxy ABS or ASA, or? Okay, let's see. Let's see where we are at. Okay, so we've done this. It says that we already checked this previously. Sweet! I can't believe it. I can't believe we're 2 hours in and we got done with what I thought would take us much longer than that. And it's very rare for me to say that. Like, it just doesn't happen on these streams, right? Like, it always like, oh, I thought we'd get more done. So we're technically on the gantry now, and I'm very tempted to just start doing the dang thing. I think we should start doing it. Yeah. Just ordered from Nero Stream 2. Oh, back when G-Funny was doing it. Just ordered from Nero. That's funny. Oh, that's right. I did see that Nero had a huge, huge giveaway on one of his recent, or huge discounting on one of his recent ones. Okay, yeah. Let's just get started on this. I don't know how far we'll get. I don't necessarily care because we're killing it, and I'm really happy. So let's just start taking stuff out. So, okay, so we've got both of the cable chain types in this kit. It looks like both were printed. I don't know. I'm sure it says in here, doesn't it? Under the 84. It doesn't say. Did you look in the Pro Ball 3 nozzle ADXL mount? Yes, I just got my shipping notification. The second I saw that, I purchased it. So yeah, I think I just got my shipping notice today, and I imagine it'll probably be here in the next few days. So I'm very curious. I might do a video comparing ADXL on a CAN bus board, which is, you know, pretty high up above, versus mounted lower on like the fan mount versus a nozzle, just to see how much of a deviation or how, like difference, you know, there is between them. So yep, I did. Got your long zip ties? Got my long zip? Yes, I think so. Okay, let me see. What am I grabbing? We're looking for the cable chain. Okay, so it looks like this uses a... Wait, this is another one. Okay, so the LDO kit uses 2-hole cable chains. So we'll be using this one that's got 2, and this is... We can go back in the bag. Let's see if we can close this box back up. I don't know. We'll put this over. Not enough space. Here. Go here for now. By the way, you remember the issue you had with the bamboo on the top layers? Yes. So an issue they're having me retension the belt, clean the rods, reset the printer one more time. There now. Let me know if it ends up solving it for you, because I tried a lot of things on the initial bamboo lab that I had before they recalled it, basically. So I'd be curious to know if you're able to get it resolved. Let me know, please. Somebody else I know, 760 just had his bamboo X1 swapped out. He's had it for 7 months, and there was some issue happening with it. They had to do a bunch of testing, and then they just ended up swapping it out, which is pretty cool considering it was a 7-month-old unit. So, hey, Aaron, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. The Tylenol helped, and I think I got distracted by the build and chat, so I feel the best I felt today, I'd say. I have a feeling they'll end up swapping you out, Zero. I don't know if it's more complicated for them to swap out with you being in EU, but I hope they end up swapping you out. I mean, I hope they end up figuring out what the hell is causing it. It seems like it's definitely an isolated thing, but clearly it's not, you know, just 1 or 2 units. Like, it's happening on units, so. Erin was listening when I was talking about her playing video games and calling her stubborn. You're trying to eat healthy? What are those? Yeah, these are healthy. These are really good, actually. So these are chocolate chip. We have like half the bag from Costco is chocolate chip ones, and the other half is fruit, and they're really good. It's 12% sugar, but like it's got a lot of like the main ingredients in here, right? So gluten-free oats, then chocolate chips, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, cane sugar. Okay, it doesn't sound that great. Now that I'm reading it out loud, it doesn't sound it doesn't sound that great, but it's like oats and stuff. It's not bad. It's granola minis. Like if you look at them, it's mostly oats, right? Like mostly oats. Okay. Let's do this really quick here. Let's get these in. Yeah, please let me know. I've been trying to... I'm just keeping tabs on what they're doing. It's important to me. I've been really proud of like what my experience has been like, and from what I've heard, most other people's have been, but it's just nice to hear again. I was really happy to hear that they were swapping out 760's unit again, like a 7-month-old unit. Yeah, I know it's not old, but like the fact that they just were like, yeah, we'll swap it out for you after some of the things he tried and the feedback is cool. I'm like, great, that's good to see. Clearly there's an issue. You guys had him do his troubleshooting, and now you're taking it back. So if it has more than 3 ingredients in the back, then it's not healthy. Oh gosh, I feel like most everything has more than 3 ingredients unless you do it yourself. I mean, we're trying to just step in the right direction, right? Like we're still. It's a lot better than some other things. All right. Cable chains. All right, so we need the smallest extrusion, which is the E extrusion. So let's turn this off right. Okay, let me grab the extrusion. Oh, nice. I don't remember who it was that told me to label them, but thank you, whoever you were. I don't know. I forgot, we labeled the odd ones. I don't normally label extrusions, but somebody was saying we should, and so I only labeled the ones that were like non-standard, so that makes it way easier. All right, so we need, it looks like top and bottom. And these are M5 T-nuts, which should be out somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So I guess we can probably peel this off now. If they do, I wonder how they'll want me to ship it back. Yeah, I know that I just talked to 760 this morning, and he said that's the last step, is they're having him take video of like how he packaged it. I know they did have a ton of shipping issues. I mean, my first unit also got pretty banged up from them, like the back panel. It was strictly cosmetic, but it was happening a fair bit, and they've done a lot of changes to their shipping. Like they've just changed out their packaging a lot. So I imagine they're going to be pretty strict about how you ship it back. Which I get. Like, I mean, I'm sure they want it back in a reasonable condition where they can, like, maybe refurb it or at least study it. And if it shows up all banged up, then they won't know, like, was this part of the issue? Was this just shipping related? Hey, what's up, Nazo? Happy Wednesday. I'm doing pretty good. I wasn't feeling too hot last night and even this morning, but either the Tylenol or the streaming or something, but I feel much. This is the best I felt by far all day. I was in bed literally 30 minutes before the stream started, like trying to convince myself, like, okay, you can do this, you'll be fine. And because I in the past had a couple times I've streamed and I haven't felt great, and I usually end up feeling a lot better. So I'm glad I pushed through. Okay, so we've got 2 and 2, and we're gonna flip it twice, so we're on the opposite side, and we're gonna do 2 more. Okay, these might be easier just to slide in from the sides. Let's do that. We'll be getting heat board and AC board Monday. I need to take the printer apart. Man, good luck, Lisa. The the biggest, because I'm imagining you're gonna have to take it as far apart as I did to switch out that heated cable. The most difficult part of taking it apart is the right panel. The right panel has some screws that are kind of hidden. If the right panel doesn't just come off easily on its own, that means you're missing, you've still got bolts you need to remove. I followed their wiki, and there was at least 2 bolts that were not called out, and I thought that like maybe it was just like a hooked on, so I pulled it and it took off some of the like tack welded studs or whatever, and I had to JB weld it back on. So just take your time. There's quite literally like 50 screws, so I mean it's not I don't know if I'd say it's super difficult, it's just very tedious. And again, I know that the most difficult part for me was that right panel was a real pain in the butt. But hopefully, again, hopefully we'll be able to, hopefully that'll solve the issue you're having. Hey, what's up, Sam? The New Jersey wildfire is only a couple miles. I thought that there wasn't fire in Jersey. I thought it was in Canada, and it was just like the smoke that had been blowing down into New York and Jersey. You guys actually have a fire going on in Jersey? I didn't realize that. Okay, so now it's showing we want to grab our AV motor. It looks like this is going to be this one. Okay. Nice. Slid in pretty well. And then we need M5x10 button heads right near Six Flags. There's Six Flags in New Jersey? I don't know. I thought Six Flags was. I didn't know there was multiple locations. Well, I hope they're able to contain it, Max. There's a lot of fires going on. A lot of my coworkers live up in Canada, and I've been trying to keep up to date on what's going on up there, and I thought they had contained them, but then I asked about it yesterday, and they sent me like the latest fire map, and it is a mess up in Canada right now. Can you see this? All right. Six Flags. Oh, okay. I guess I've never seen one in a different state, so I just assumed that Six Flags was like a California thing. Netherlands used to have it. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. Started getting into home distilling hard liquors with my dad. We were just talking about drinks earlier. What kind of liquor? Okay, so let's not overly tighten this, but we definitely want it tight. Or did somebody say keep this loose for now? I imagine it's fine. I feel like I sat in the smoking section in 1994. Oh yeah, you're up there, Liz. It's bad by you too, right? Because originally, a couple of my coworkers live near. Oh gosh, it's very much so more west. Calgary. I think it's with a G. Calgary. And I know that's where I thought the main fire was at. But then when I was seeing that there was smoke coming down to like New York from Canada, I was like, that's a long ways away. And that's when my buddy sent me the fire map, and I was like, oh wow, there's a huge amount of like there's a completely separate fire burning on the eastern way, Alberta. Yeah. I feel like that's awful. The amount of smoke outside is insane here. That's terrible. Fire is so sad. Like it's just such a destructive force for everything. Like I mean, for air quality, for all the animals, for people's houses. Like it's just awful. Growing up in California, we had fires almost every single year. Like I feel like California was always on fire, and it sucks. It's really sad. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, so we need to put 2 more bolts on the bottom. That makes sense. That's kind of why we put T-nuts on both sides, isn't it? Okay, so these are supposed to be same thing. 5, 10, yeah. Started out with some gin, maybe later some fruity vodka. That sounds fun. I think I could see that being fun. I mean, DIYing stuff is fun, whether it's, like anything really, it's a lot of fun. I hope it turns out good. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's grab the other side, slide it on, like so. So excited. I'm pumped that we're making a lot more progress than I thought we were gonna make. I'm a very terrible gauge at like I think after this many builds I can look at the instructions and be like, yeah, this is how far we'll get, but I never know. Every time I think we're like, oh, we didn't get very far, and every time I'm like, this is probably enough, we kick butt. I'm sure if you're getting both the smoke from up north and by, yeah, I'm sure it's both as well. How's it where you're at, Lisa? Because you're in New Jersey, right? I know. I think you're definitely East Coast. Let me loosen this one more time. I want to make sure I've got it. Montrose 2. Tip. Voron or 0G? It's a tough one. If you've got an Ender 5, then I would absolutely say go 0G. Because you've already got, well, again, it also depends on the conversion part. Like, if you're doing the base conversion of it, which is, you know, the motion system and the new toolhead, then it's a hell of an upgrade for really not a lot of money compared to what a full Voron or something like that would cost you. If you're doing the Hydra and everything, I'm really tempted, I basically stand by what I said in my video, where I'm really tempted to say wait until that frame is released and see if kits become available, because that new frame looks awesome. I also don't know, like, this is the first big Voron that I've built, so I don't really have much insight. Make sure it's in a safe space. They can blow up. Still would like to try that. Wait, what did I miss? Make sure it's in a safe place. Oh, New York. Okay, not Jersey. And it's not great keeping everything closed. Gotcha. Yes. The answer is yes. Exactly. Both. Hey, Josh. Same result on the top layer. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully they'll end up swapping you out. Don't worry about tightening the extrusions too much. You'll probably need to adjust the gauge. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I want a pink frame. I think the DFH and one other manufacturer have the most biggest range of custom colored extrusions, if I'm not mistaken. I can't think of the other one. I think their logo is like an eagle or a bird. I've been on their website. I know they have tons of extrusions. Okay, so I don't need to torque this down because we're likely going to have to adjust it. Good to know. Let's get the last two bolts on the bottom here. How's your, Josh, how is your, I can't think of what it's called right now, but the thing you've been building, it's like the, oh gosh, the letters and numbers, like flaps. What's it called? I should know the name of it. DLL PDF has the, okay, cool, that's what I'm thinking of then. If the logo's a bird, right? I'm like, I can picture lots of colored extrusions and a bird icon. Anyone got a how-to guide on flashing Vitrucheck's U2C board? I'm banging my head on the desk. I did a video on the, I did a video on the U2C, or like on CAN. Check out my video, Phil. I'm pretty sure in that video, I mentioned how to flash the U2C. And there's shit, because some of them have like a bad firmware or like a corrupted firmware. Check out the link in the description of that video I did on CAN. I'm almost positive I linked to the GitHub page that has that firmware correction and the firmware instructions. Okay, sweet, it is a bird. I knew it. Split flap display. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that. Split flap display. I'm just putting on Arduinos and Hall effect sensors. Most electronics are soldered. Nice. Oh, is that why you posted? Didn't you post today? I remember when Arduinos were $1 or clones or something like that. That makes sense now. Also, oh. Okay, that's right. You said don't overly tighten this. Yeah, here I am. Do you know total cost what you're into it for all of the printed, like, I guess most of the electronics are the most expensive parts, like all the PCBs and stuff like that. I'll look things. Yeah, no worries. Hopefully, let me know if it works for you, Phil. Hopefully you get it going. Hey, Squirrel. It's going good. We're making really good progress today. We got AB motors done and the Z idlers, yeah. Which is more than I even thought we'd really get done. So yeah, I think we're doing really good. Really happy with the progress we made. I'm gonna do a quick little check here to make sure that the bearings all line up. So right side's bottom, teeth all matches up, looks perfect. Left side is top. Looks great. Yeah, cool. Looks like we have not screwed up. Now we need Y-axis. Okay. C extrusions. So let's move this off to this side. We'll put this over here, I guess. And grab. You are a C extrusion, and you are a C extrusion. All right. We'll take off our tape. Are these LDO steppers 1.8 or 0.9? That's a great question. Did they say on them? 0.9. These are 0.9. Mostly labor. China parts, PCB orders. It's mostly just time and lots of two-colored flaps. Oh my gosh. For the soldering that you've had to do, is it through-hole components? Is it surface mounted? Is it wiring? Like, what is most of the soldering? I think I saw when you ordered the boards and they came in, but I don't remember if it was through-hole or what it was. Okay, so we need M3 T-nuts, and we need them to be facing 8 of them, and they need to be going with the holes outward in opposite directions. So let's see, you must be M3s, yep. 1.8 for Z. I can tell you. I dropped something. Yep, 1.8 for Z. We lost the panel clip. That's all right. I'll fix it later. Yeah, 1.8 for Z. Okay, let's get these installed. So, again, there's 8 in total. You want the holes going towards the outside, 4 of them, and then you switch direction for the other 4. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lots of both. Some are 0805, and then there's one 16-pin SMD chip. Need good flux and wipe technique, and tweezers and magnifiers. Gotcha. Has it been? Would you say that the process so far has been fun or more tedious? I know you said it's sort of tedious, but like, would you say you've enjoyed it for the most part? Like, if you could go back, knowing where you're at now, has it been fun? You might need more. Remember, manual is for 250. Oh. Good point. The carriage design is style. Okay. That's right. We needed 10. Yeah, good call. I imagine it's the exact same. The only extrusion that was different, if I recall, was the X one. So the Z axis and the Y's were the same size rail, and we used 5 and 5 on those. So yeah, thank you, Delmar. We'll do 10 then. Keep forgetting that there's different configs. Okay, so now we'll switch side and do 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. You're not using speedy powers for the Z? I'm not using speedy powers. I haven't tested out or gotten in any speedy powers. I noticed no difference in quality with my 1.8 speedy powers versus talk. Interesting. Wait, quality, but like you get, they're able to move quicker, right? Like for the 1.8 speedy powers, do they work with standard 2209s, or do you have to get high voltage drivers? I don't know much about them. I saw Vez go absolutely like banana sandwich crazy with speedy, but I haven't looked into them very much. I know Josh, you ordered some, I think too. I'm almost positive that you ordered some of the speedy powers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. 1.8 for 0 there. Thanks. A little tedious. I don't feel like anything was janky though. I put one wheel together and it works nice. Printing was a little bit tedious, but PMP and AMS makes it easy. Soldering is tedious, but not long. Okay. I love the idea of it. Like, I mean, I think it's a very cool project, especially if you have it set up to do, I don't know, just some sort of like automation, or if you hook it up with some kind of like home assistant that can control it. It's a very cool thing. I might try superpowers when trying it for more speed, but the 0.9 seem okay. Did you have to get special drivers from Zombie or no? Oops. Okay. So, pretty sure that's our X rail, which is bigger. Yeah. Y, X. So, cool. All right, only one more rail in here. They all run fine off of regular. Okay. On the 2504s or 2804s, you can run at 24 volts fine. Not sure how much you're leaving on the table though. Gotcha. You'll have to do a video on it, man. I know you've done some videos, like even shorts on some of the things that you've done. It'd be cool to see it in action. There was a lot of interest in it. I know I saw, at least on Twitter, from the one that was at Rocky Mountain. You only want 5160s for 48 volts. Okay. So to get the most out of the speedy, what are they called? Speedy powers? You would want though, right? 48 volt, 5160s. I mean, that's like if you're really trying to push it to its limit. Would there be much gain going with them if you're just using standard 2209s, or would it be better just using, you know, like the traditional stepper motors? That fixed it, I think. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, my U2C had issues. I did that flashing thing, and then all of a sudden it showed up, and I was like, yay! I have speedy powers on most of my printers, 1.5 amp with 2209, and active cooling. Okay, so the active cooling on the drivers. 1.5 amp is pretty high, right? So that's because they're speedy powers? You need amps for accels. You need amps for cells and volts for speed. You need 51, oh, volts, okay. Amps for acceleration and volts for speed. You need 5160s to max either. 2.5 amp motors, damn. The video saved me on my UTC as well. Yes, that makes me so happy. Every time I do a video like that's something I struggled with, I always hope that it's gonna help others, but I never really know, right? Like, I'm like, maybe it's a me thing. So it's awesome to get feedback that like it actually is helping others. Okay, so we've got our T-nuts in place. We've got our rails out. Let's take them out of their bags. And it's saying the carriages are designed to slide along the rails, so we need 25 millimeters from one side. So let's get all of the screws in, which we're using. What are these? Probably M3x8s. Yeah, M3x8s, which are these guys. Okay, so we'll start by getting all the screws in loosely, so we can slide the rail around still, and then we will measure. 800 movers a second is as fast as I need. Well, yeah, that's that's crazy quick. Hey, Pushin. Just got off work, so continue for your nice. Hope you had a good day. All right, let's just try to eyeball. At least these are not on the printer. When we were doing the Z, rails, it was really tough for me to align these things. Okay, so we're doing every other. So bam, bam, bam. Okay, so those two we don't do every other on. And then these ones need to go way out here. There we go. Okay. Try to do this kind of quickly. They are already capable way beyond my everyday printing speeds. 48 volts is for getting ridiculous, but ridiculous is fun. Yeah, I think the main people I've seen, Josh is one of the few people I've actually seen run 48. Josh I've seen run them. Pretty sure I've seen Luke from Luke's Laboratory, and like some of the NX guys. That's probably, oh, and then maybe, I don't know if, has Simon run them on his VZBot? I don't know. I mean, his printer goes absolutely nuts. Every time he posts a new like printing TPU at this speed, I always watch him. But I don't know if he's still running, if it's 24 volts or if he's also running 48 on that printer he's showing off. I'm working on sourcing on a Trident build, and I'll be running this VD power on it, and K2 is getting them soon too. Currently on 2504s, nice. A 2.4 with 6 VD powers is nice. So you've got it for, wait, what are you running it on then? You have it 4 on Z and then 2 on Y? Has anyone tried Revo High Flow? I'm currently using Dragon High Flow and considering switching. Is it worth it? I'm supposed to be receiving a care package with some Revo High Flow from E3D. I purchased all the other stuff from like the Revo I've purchased. So like the Revos that I have, I purchased. All the nozzles, including the Obsidians, were my purchase. But the High Flow, they were supposed to send me a few of. I haven't gotten tracking, and this is from a couple weeks ago, so I have no idea. But my goal was to do a video talking about like why I'm now diving, like more so diving into standardizing on a lot of Revo stuff because of the fact that the ecosystem is like so much more complete and accessible than it has been. But I don't have firsthand experience until I get the High Flow. So far, I only have experience with the Standard and the Obsidian. I would imagine, so Dragon High Flow is, I've decided the Revo High Flow is too slow for me to grade for my Dragonfly with Basel. Oh, too slow? Yeah. Wait, it's too slow for a Dragonfly? Wouldn't, I feel like a Revo High Flow would have more, because Dragonfly is what, like, Dragonfly can't be more than 12 to 14-ish cubic millimeters a second. Throw on a Basel, you're at what, like 18-ish to 20 maybe? Are you gonna purchase the belt printer Revos? Maybe. I only have the one belt printer, which is the SainSmart Infi 20. It needs some serious love. I would love to convert it to all linear rails, clipper it, go with an orbiter and the belt printer. That would be super cool. So maybe, but it needs some love. I need to, yeah, it definitely needs some love. It's been pretty much sitting on the shelf for like 8 months now. I would like to rerun everything just for nozzle changes. Yeah, it's convenient for nozzle changes. Like, I don't change my nozzle very often, but part of it is because changing nozzles isn't super fun. And if I had Revo and everything, I feel like I would change nozzles way more often, like for experimentation, like cool, let's do thick layers on this, small, like I would do it more often because it's just so, like, almost mindless. So like I'm definitely a fan of the system. I just need to get more printers on it, and again, like the flow rate has been quite slow up until high flow. Like for standard printing, yeah, but if you're trying to push things, it's been a little low. That Lynx from Edge 3D. Oh yeah, that belt printer looks awesome. The Lynx. It looks really good. Dragonfly and Revo Hyplo is around the same. Really? I thought Dragonfly was only like 14. I thought Dragonfly was almost just standard Revo. Wow, Dragon Hyplo is impressive. I run Rapido standard flows at about 20 cubic meters with regular TC nozzle. What is the issue with Revo is you need to wait for everything to cool down and make sure there's no filament in there. You mean before swapping out? Okay, let me get the second one lined up really quick here. The drop effect next NG comes out in July. I'm curious about that. I have two of the NGs, just like the standard NGs. I'm gonna throw one into the V0.2 that we just finished building. As soon as I'm done with the video using the stock hardware, more so just because I have it. I'm like, you should go into a printer. So, but I am curious about their new Hyplo stuff. Do you also have a Prusa? Yeah, I do. I have I had two minis. But I sold one of them. It needed some work. It was like a early release one that I bought secondhand, and it just kind of sat. So I sold that one. I have a basically brand new mini, and then I have a pretty lightly used Mark II. No, that's not right. Mark 3S Plus. Sorry, I bought it Black Friday of not last year, but the year before. I used it a bit. I only bought it just to sort of see like what all the hype had been about. I've been printing, you know, for 8 years at that point, and I was like, I've never had a Prusa. I was like, I'm just gonna buy it, and I was pretty impressed. Like the firmware was by far the best firmware experience I'd had for an out-of-box printer, and like I understood a lot of it. I thought that for an 8-bit board, what they had done was quite impressive. But I never ended up making really much content on it. I don't think I made really any content on it. And it's just been sitting for a really long time. It's a dependable printer, but just, I mean, I've got, you know, with the Bamboos, like, the speed-wise, it's just hard for me to, like, it's hard for me to want to print stuff on the Prusa. Like, the Bamboos, I know people say the Prusa is really reliable. Well, my Bamboos have been really reliable. I mean, for the most part, at least. So, yeah, it kind of sits. I saw somebody, Chep, or the guy from Snake Oil, the dev, is making a Core XY out of the Mark 3S, and I might convert mine to that just for like a fun project, and it might actually get used. Might actually get some use. So we'll see. I'm waiting on the release for that project. Are you supposed to put bolts in the end holes of the rails? I always have. I think I've heard both sides of it, but I always have put bolts in the end. I go every other and then double down in the middle. What the hell's going on here? Oh. Yeah, I'm stoked that I was really happy. I remember, because you asked me about the P1P before you, or at least Bamboo, before you got rid of, I think it was a Voron, right? Or something like that, and ended up picking up the P1P with AMS, and I was like, I was really happy to see that you were so excited about it. You've done a lot of stuff with it too, man. You've done a lot of stuff with it. Okay, so this should be the final bolt. Now we can put our little okay. Okay, that's loose enough. So we need 25 millimeters from the edge. So let's grab our calipers, which are still here. Yeah, still the 2.4 and the P10, or P1P, right? How goes the build? Oh yeah, you've seen it too then, Delmar, right? It uses the frame like on the front of it. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah, my memory's super selective. Like not by my choice. There's things that are really important in life where I'm like, I should remember that, and my brain's like, no, you don't need to remember that. But then there's things like like with your experience with your printers. I'm like, yeah, I know all the details about like Josh's printers. My brain, it's always been like that. I don't really know why. Which has been like rough with certain jobs. I'm like, I can't remember. Like, but why do you remember that? You know, like my grandma plays softball every other Wednesday. I'm like, I don't know. To me, that fact was important, and I needed to remember it. We're making good progress, Aaron. We're making really good progress. AB motors are done. The idlers are done, and we're working on the Y now. Yeah, we definitely made more progress than I thought we were going to today. Let's see, so I'm just gonna push this all the way, and I'll use the calipers to push this rail. Actually, I should probably be pushing it on this side. A little bit beefier. See? There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna loosely tighten the ends. I know Delmar said go from middle to out, so we'll stick with that. So tighten from the middle. I'm just gonna loosen this calipers to make sure nothing's shifted around. There we go. Huh. It did shift a little bit. Interesting. I mean, it shifted like 0.25 of a millimeter, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it did shift a hair. It's alright, I'm gonna leave it. Snake Oil has a channel in Fabrico. Oh, sick, okay. I'm in the Snake Oil oh, that makes sense, because like, I know that Fabrico showcased the Snake Oil XY at Rocky Mountain. I saw my purple frame at Rocky Mountain. The guy who bought it has rebuilt Super Gucci. That's so sick. It's cool to know that did you sell it through the like Voron Discord, or like what was the channel you went through to sell it? But that's really cool to know that somebody that bought your printer like is so into it that they not only kept it in good shape, but like made it even more badass. Did you print TPU on the P1P? I haven't printed TPU on the P1P, but I have printed a lot of TPU on the X1 Carbon, and it's done a phenomenal job of printing TPU. Like, by far the quickest speeds I've ever printed TPU. Granted, it wasn't NinjaFlex. I think the softest I've gone is 95A, so I can't vouch for, I can't really vouch for, you know, going with really, really soft stuff. And I printed it without the AMS. The AMS, they say you can't do TPU. I imagine with rigid stuff, semi-rigid, you probably could, but I used the spool holder. But yeah, I printed some beautiful TPU on the X1 Carbon. Way better than I was expecting, considering the speeds it was pushing. Oh shit! You know what we didn't do? We didn't use Loctite. I think I'm just going forward. What do we do? Sold at via Voron Flea Market. Yep, he's a good guy. Transferred my cereal. Oh, that's cool. Okay, Delmar says I'm good. All right, we're just going for it. I really don't want to take all these bolts out. I think we're pretty much all tightened up. Just going through one more time. Oh, no, this one's not tight. Okay, these are good. All right, let's do the other rail. 25 mil. We did use Loctite for the frame, if I'm not mistaken. I think we definitely did. I know, like, generally speaking, in the past, I haven't really used Loctite. But on this build, I've been doing what everyone else has been saying because, well, I haven't built a big Voron. I'm like, if this is what's recommended, I'm going to do it. And so I know that linear rails is not a bad idea to do. And I think we did Loctite on all of our Z rails. I can't remember. Someone would have to remind me if we did or not. I really don't remember. So I would say it's probably a mixed bag of people that are versus are not. But I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it would hurt to do that. Yeah, we Loctited at least all the Z rails. Only the grub screws need it. Yeah, I've had both zombie. Like, I've had recommendations for both. Generally speaking, I've never Loctited the rails, I don't think. But I'm pretty sure we did it on the Z on this build, and I was gonna just do it because we had it, and I figured, what the hell. I'm gonna switch over to this is the these start to hurt. 2.5. Maybe we'll tighten down the final turn with these. We'll use these. There we go. LDO includes yeah, which are super nice. I'm definitely a fan of the pre-Loctited set screws. All right, let's do one final turn. Okay. One printer Loctited the frame and grub screws, probably not necessary. On another one, just the grub screws. Yeah, I also don't. Did I miss? Oh. Hey, Ramon. Yeah, I don't think I typically push the printers hard enough to where it really is necessary, but again, if we're building it and it's going to take an extra few minutes, I really don't mind. The carriers are designed to slide real easily, so unfortunately include sliding, dropping, carry a lot of damage. Okay. Okay, so now we need some T-nuts on the bottom. M5, and it looks like the holes are facing outwards, so let's flip our rails like this, and M5 are going to be right here. Gotta head out. Have a good week. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Alan. Have a nice week. And we will be continuing along next week. Hopefully, I don't know how many more streams. At the rate we're going, for anyone that's built a 2.4, how long until we're pushing plastic? How many more streams after this, roughly? I'm not in a rush. I'm just more curious. If I had to guess, I would say there's this stream and at least 2 more build streams. I'll probably do a majority of the wiring off stream, so that'll help speed things up a little bit. 6 more! Okay. Alright. Perfect. 42 more streams. Depends on how much you want to milk it. Do not usually trying to milk it. It just depends on how distracted I get on the day of the week. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing where we do two more up top. So I'm gonna put these bolts right towards the end. Right towards the end. Flip this around. And rinse and repeat, which is right here. Depends on the can voodoo. I don't get distracted. I don't. You must be thinking of someone else. I don't. I'm very focused. But very super focused. You guys got me. You guys got me mixed up with somebody else. Somebody that gets distracted. I'm very, very laser focused. Always. Okay, so it's gonna be a few streams. Oh, that's not right. We got a broken ball? We got a missing ball! There's no ball in that T-nut. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh, that's interesting. This T-nut sticks out of the rail. That doesn't seem right. So it's a perfect fit on one side, like right to the edge. On the other side, it's not. I remember why you were supposed to put the bolts. So is there not supposed to be a bolt there? Push in the T-nut under the rail and use the next hole. Okay, that's what I'll do then. That's funny. All right, so you're a no-go. Let's undo. Where are we at? There we go. Let's take these out. Unscrew you. Oops. Turn this off. Okay, so on the one side, you definitely cannot. For some reason, I thought when you were talking about the bolt not being on the outer one, that it was something to do with like it not being good for the rail to be tightened on the far ends, but nope, you're right. All right, so we're doubling down there. Don't forget to check the LDO notes from time to time. Yep. I think, oh, you're right, because we're do not use the hole. Don't use the holes. Use the second. Should we swap out? Let's swap out both so that way it's at least uniform. Let's just do this really quick over here. That's funny. All right, so after page 88, we don't need to reference this till page 104. It's freaking funny though that, of course, it did call it out. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna take out these two as well. So that way it's equal on both sides, just for me. So let's move you to right here. Move you to right here. All right. There we go. Is your wiring? If you do wiring online, I want to see how messy. Oh no. Is your Trident wiring not very pretty? But all the LDO kits have cable raceways, right? So like you just kind of hide your mess. It's like, I feel like it's like a little cheat code versus having to cut, crimp, and solder things. Just shove it all into the raceway. All right. Let's try this again. Okay, this is our one with a missing ball. Let's go in the trash chute. Also, what time is it? Okay, so we're a little over 3 hours in. I did inverted electronics mod and no bottom. Oh, interesting. What's the reason for the inverted electronics mod? And also the no bottom panel. Oh, cooling. Gotcha, so it's for cooling. Is there cooling issues with the regular Trident setup? Let's make sure we're grabbing the right nut. You can pop off the top. Oh, cool. Gotcha. So yeah, it is then like, yeah, so like the Mercury 1.1 then. It looks really pretty if you do a good job. I mean, I know my wiring wasn't great, but I still didn't think it was terrible. But it's kind of cool if you display it nicely, almost like a, okay, we are missing balls. Like, oh, what's happening? Yeah, it can look really nice, like a PC case mod or something like that. Hey, Dutch is in the house. What's going on? Yeah, a clear top panel would be sick. That's what I was thinking of. So yours isn't clear then. Gotcha. So you just have it like that for accessibility, but not showing through. I might end up doing that then. I really like the electronic setup on the Mercury 1.1. All right, so we got our nuts in place, and now we are grabbing. Looks like any of the rails. So wait, how do I know? Oh, are these supposed to be? Are these supposed to be exactly even? Like if you, so if I did the correct measurement of 25 millimeters, is that dead center or no? I don't think it is. Okay, so this side's 21, 20, roughly. Wait, what am I doing wrong here? Come on. There we go. 24.5. They're not exactly equal. It's centered. Okay, so did I screw up? Is that what's going on here? Ah. My measurement's that bad? Let me try it. 1 second. Let me try it with a short end. Come on. 25.67. So we're definitely not centered. Oh, that's frustrating. How did I get it off by that much? Yeah, we're off by like... we're off by like point... I don't know how the hell that happened. I might end up, I don't know if I feel like undoing all of these 20 screws right now and centering this and going back. I might end up calling it, I might end up calling it, and then I'll redo this myself, measure it, make sure it's center, and then let me see what we've got. So Y, attaching the extrusions. Cable path. Okay, then that's the X. Okay, XXX, and then, wow, okay. Then we go to Z, which is all the belts. Then AB belts. Then probably toolhead. Yeah, then toolhead. Whoa, it still has the afterburner? That's interesting. 250 numbers. We still have a lot to go. Yeah. It's 250. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll call it, because we got done with what I thought. Oh, we still have confetti going on. We got done with what I thought we were going to. What is happening here? What is the confetti? There we go. Yeah, we got done with what I thought we were gonna get done, and that was weird. Did you see what size trident you're gonna build? Yeah, I believe it's a 250. Let me. It's either a 250 or a 300. I think I have a message. Let me see here. It's a 300. Yeah, it's a 300. So the options were 300 or 350, and I went with it. I know I asked for the smallest of the options that I had. So yeah, it's a 300. So same size as this then. Yeah, I have a 250 and love it. I would have been very happy with a 250. It's a Cyborg, so Cyborg brand, and we're gonna do all the stuff that it comes with. So it has all the printed parts again. Yeah, it's a 300. Is it 300Z? I don't know. Is there different variants of Trident where the Z is taller? They also don't have updated, unless they did it. I told them to update their website because they told me it came with the stealth burner, but their website still showed the afterburner. I know that it comes with, I think, the Phaetus Dragon High Flow. Yeah, they still don't show the stealth burner on it. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so no, this isn't the right one. I know it's a purple frame. I feel like the AliExpress one is the one that's updated. Let me see if I can find one here. You're still interested in the LED controller? If so, would you mind DMing me a shipping address and DMs after the stream? Yeah, I still think it's gonna be a while before I can actually install it Dutch. All stock Tridents are 250. The LDO are extended to keys. Interesting. Yeah, so it's the 300mm version. Oh, they did update it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they did update it. Originally, when I looked at it last time, it had the afterburner, and I was like, you guys would really update it. So, stealth burner, tool head. You don't need a Pi because it's using a, what's the board? An orange Pi setup. I think it's the same as what they use in the 2.4s, and a Spider 2.3. It still says afterburner there because they haven't updated it. I believe it comes with the Phaetus Dragon High Flow. I'm almost positive it does. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited to get the 2.4 going before even touching on this, but it'll be fun to have both. Why is AliExpress $200 cheaper than their site? Their site might have free shipping. AliExpress has $200 in shipping, so their site might be free shipping. I'm not entirely sure. Might make some more promo videos, gives me a good chance to purchase a new lens. Nice. What camera are you using? That's fine, there's no rush. Okay, sounds great. Yeah, I think we'll call it here. Again, I will. The only things we'll do between now and next week's stream is get the rails corrected because I clearly can't measure. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the measuring, and then I don't think there's really much in the way of heat inserts I need to do. So that's pretty much it. And then I will get the I know we're not quite there yet, but I'll get the Nevermore V6 printed out. So that way we have it, the latest one. And then I'll have to check to see, as far as the bomb goes, if there's anything else I need to source. I don't think so. I know that the fans are different, but I have a few of the Honey Badger 5015s, and so we'll probably just throw those in unless the fans in this kit will be sufficient for that. I just don't know yet. Did you the PID tune yet? Ordering 20 ESP, nice. Just slice the files from Nevermore. So you're gonna swap out the V5 that you printed out, Luke? Have you tried leveling your bed? I'm working on it. Just under the rails in the extrusion, the number you saw in the manual was for the 250. Oh, yeah, that's got to be it. The rails are probably slightly different, and so okay. I keep forgetting that. Thank you, Delmar. You've been super helpful with reminding me again over and over again that it's not just one build size, and so the numbers aren't exactly accurate across the board. I've only printed the parts for the V5, not built. Okay, cool. So it's not that big of a deal to have to redo it. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it here. Today's stream went way better than I expected. Like I said before the stream was going, I felt pretty brain foggy and just not really good. And then once the stream got rolling and we figured out what was going on with our overlay stuff, it was a really successful stream. And I mean, we got the Z idlers are all on, our AB motors are built, the bearing stacks are built, as well as the idlers, which is awesome. And we're working on the gantry, which we will absolutely be getting the gantry fully finished next week. And I would love to get the Z belts on as well, maybe. I heard that the Z belts are not fun, but I'm excited to get them done nonetheless, because I mean, we have to get through them anyway. So when building the 300 cube Trident caught me, oh, gotcha, yeah, because like you said, it's only 250 unless, I will have that issue in my 350. I wish the manual would be updated for all sizes. It would be kind of cool if they did do, updated the changes, like, it would be cool if they updated the changes for the different sizes. See you later, don't forget to DM me. I will DM you, Dutch. There are even some 3D printing in this stream. Mostly nutrition and booze. That's the way you like it, John, don't kid me. All right, everybody, thank you again, everyone, for hanging out and for liking, for the members, for the donations, and keep me company. It was a really fun stream, and again, next week we will make some more progress, but it's looking more and more like a thing every single week. So I'm excited once we get the gantry on, and I feel like it'll really, really start to come together. So I hope everybody has an awesome week, and I'll get next week's stream scheduled probably by end of today, so that way it's there. So, all right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.